read my notes today because I want the information to receive things after. We know you have questions, and so do we. That's why we're here. Looking at my troops now, I see gonna get the fight. Back on. It's a drag on.
All right, yeah. Sorry about being late, guys. What's up, Trish? How you doing? I had to rush somebody to the hospital. They had been back and forth to the hospital for dialysis, so it was no big deal. It was Andrew, though, who was going to be on the show, and he's just been not feeling well, unfortunately. And I just found the thing I wanted to play. Thankfully, that gave me a couple extra minutes, and I didn't mean to take up your time, so sorry.
Oh, shit. Hold up. Stop on in. What that motherfucking hell? Oh, shit. Hold up. Stop on in.
That reminded me of Pitbull Hippopotamus a little bit. So, okay, so tonight I wanted to talk about the Schoalter arrest and what I think about it. I'll go ahead and just throw that out there right now. I think that I'll tell you the first thing that I thought about this case when I first heard about it, and we all thought it was somehow frat involved. And, you know, I'm a big believer in treating people how they treat you. Now, I'm a big believer in that eventually somebody's going to surface themselves, that something's going to pop. You can't live with this that long and not you have to think the kid's under pressure, but with all of the inflection and mystery surrounding this gentleman, JS there. Hi guys, nice to see everyone. Dynamite's here. T.O.E.S in the house. T.O.E.S, I always say that Rolo Mato is the coolest cat on the universe, but I tell you, man, T.O.E.S is the smoothest. He's a smooth dude. I was watching some of his stuff today, and was it you, T.O.E.S, that sent me something about a song? If you would drop the link in here, I would love to play it if you would let me. Something about diamonds or whatever. When I went back to go find it, I got my phone should be charged. Oh, yeah, we're full charge. So Jen's gonna join us. We'll have her a little later to save her voice. She's fighting against it. Anyway, yeah, T.O.E.S, we want to drop that. Me and T.O.E.S go way back, and I definitely am a acquired taste, as many of you know. I'm very polarizing from the beginning. People love me or hate me, and I don't know why. It's just the way it is. I got resting dick face. Wait, that didn't sound right. Hold on. But I was always cutting up in class, and he would try to set me straight. And he's just one of those guys like OCD Shaggy, where you have to kind of earn their respect. And I like that about him, and I think we finally see eye to eye on a lot of shit for sure. So yeah, our channel started, I think, right around the same time, and he's doing very well, and he's putting out some great stuff. So I want to play some stuff from him, and I want to go through what you guys think about the arrest. What I think is that so close to the 2 years. I mean, what is he out there yelling? I did it. I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe he's just drunk. I mean, people get arrested. It happens. It's something in my stomach tells me that there's more to it. And especially with the reason I wanted to play Swamp's thing is because she really just says everything the way it needs to be said. And I couldn't put it better myself. So I'm going to play her thing, and then a little thing from Little Miss Under My Protection there, True Crime Reactions with Jules. So, and let's see what the next thing I got here is. Where it's not going to, this will be a quick hit 'em show. Not gonna do any fool around. Play everybody's videos and I'll get caught up. So if you like AI, this girl's getting more hits than anybody.
What do you do? Just watch it wink at you? It's 2024. I think we should normalize putting a thumb in. I can't believe there's really men out there that don't put a thumb in. Like, what do you do? Just watch it wink at you? It's 2024.
I don't know if that's AI, I guess. Alright, so this is starting. I wanted to kind of start with this. This is the actual affidavit, and if you think about things through the lens of all the findings that Tell-It-To-L has found, and you know, Jules will address that if you haven't seen her video. A lot of people have seen her video now. I was hoping to start early, but like that's gonna happen on here. But with what Jenn and Heather have brought to me and the direction we've gone, and I think every single person in here, I don't know about, I can't say as far as watching. If you're watching, come on in, chat, join in. I got my Brian Kohlberger blow up doll. JLR will be here later. It's gonna be fun. He's picking me up in his Ford Taurus, and we're gonna go to Tampa. So all the directions, all the arrows point to cover up, right? And you have somebody that maybe their family represents something with the university, or their family has sway with the university, and you have, I mean, if you go with your gut, you see the guy run. He was with them all night. I don't know. If he didn't do it, he knows something. And he runs to his parents' cabin, whatever. We don't know 100% on anything, right? Somehow him and the dog were left uninvestigated, which says to me that they didn't need to gather any information after they got there at 9 a.m. or whatever, whenever the heck they got there. I don't believe it was noon by any means. Everything we've been told is lies. We keep getting fed lies, and like I said, when you're fed BS your whole life, you learn to smell it real quick. So here it is. That's the thing. I'll put a link for you guys if you would like to check it out for yourselves. He is bailed out, but we do have a couple things on that. So as far as you know, it's the T.O.E.S one, and the I have who is another one talking about the same thing, and I'm glad that a lot of people are getting on the page. You just stop, you know. It's like at some point you just had to stop explaining their ridiculous story, and I think that's all we all wound up here. Okay, so here is, we'll start with Rose. I think, where's Rose? There's T.O.E.S for you. Okay, I put small. Oh wait, maybe it's over here. All right, we'll start with. Am I this out of it? All right, we'll start with woke up, or I can't even say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is a bit strange.
Instead of protect.
I just pulled another swamp. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Strange. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer, everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Okay, so I know that in the true crime community here on YouTube, there's been a lot of talk about Jack Schoalter possibly living in the same home or having relatives that lived in the same home as Michael Kohberger, which is Brian Kohberger's dad. Now, all I've heard is a bunch of talking. I haven't seen the proof or the tracking of this. I just know that it's a discussion. And yes, I went to the source, heard the talking, listened to the whole video, did not see anything pop up when it comes to receipts. Not saying that it's not possible, but I haven't seen it myself. I haven't dug into it myself. But at this point, I think I'm going to need to see if there is any real connections here, because this just got like another level of strange. Okay, for one, Hoodie Guy. Hoodie Guy, we know to be Jack Schoalter. The story with that whole situation when it comes to Maddie and Kaylee is that he was at the same bar that Maddie and Kaylee were at, with that infamous photo that we all believe is the girls talking to Jack Decor, the ex-boyfriend of Kaylee. Now, Jack Schoalter, aka Hoodie Guy, is not only at the bar with the girls and seen in the photo that I just discussed, but he also walked the girls to the grub truck that night, and they are seen in the security camera where the infamous "What did you tell Adam" audio clip started coming from. Now, what we do know is that they get to the grub truck, the girls are literally conducting business of getting their food without even acknowledging him. It's a bit strange. Like, you hear them talking to each other in the "What did you tell Adam" clip, but then they get to the grub truck and it's like he's just standing in the back. It's very, very strange. Then whenever they go to leave, they don't tell him bye or nothing. It kind of takes Jack by surprise that they take off. And then we see him running in the opposite direction as they get in a car and leave. And that was the end of it. Now, there's been a bunch of controversy about whether Jack Schoalter was actually shuttled off to Africa or not. All the sources that I have seen, everything that I have looked at, is telling me no. He was not sent off to Africa right after that. But the story that kept in my mind about that night was that Jack apparently claimed that he needed to get to his parents' cabin. And if you've listened to any of Donna Serafina's readings on the case, you know that there's a cabin involved and a guy that actually does look a lot like Jack Schoalter by the descriptions that Donna is giving. Now, I don't really get into all that psychic stuff. She's about as close as I get because of some things that she has said that I have seen truths of in other cases. But I have dug into her pool party situation in a couple of her readings because some of it was very interesting, and we went and did that in this video. So I wanted to talk about it again because in her reading, she talks about this man is a hunter. There's a hunting cabin. There's something at the hunting cabin, and it's just something that was reiterated a lot in some of her original readings before Brian Kohberger's arrest. Now, it could have been before or it could have been after we knew who Jack Schoalter was. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at the dates for all of those things. But the reason why we're discussing Jack now, after literally giving him no attention here on this channel for almost 2 years now, is because he was just recently arrested in Boise. I don't really care about the disturbing the peace charge. He looks like an ignorant, stupid college dude who just does ignorant, stupid college dude things. I mean, seriously, look at this mugshot. He's a smug little punk, you can just tell. What's interesting to me is that why the hell is his name John and we've been calling him Jack all this time? Because Jack, as far as I know, is not a nickname for John. If it is, those are strange.
Alright, so anyway, I liked her take. So it was Casper West I'm talking about. And he's got a series of kick-ass documentaries. He's definitely going to get picked up by Paramount or one of these things. But I'll just leave that where it lies. But I want to play one of his. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for it. But I saw that somebody put a link for me. Christy, was that the song that I was looking for? So I'm going to click on it and see what happens. Yeah, I couldn't find his song. I think he had a thing on another page, but somehow the comment was deleted. This is on his community page here. This is hilarious. Was McDonald's poking fun at the Idaho 4 case with this post? I don't know, you guys. Alright. So, anyway, one more, and then we'll go to what you guys think here. So,
Welcome.
Hi, I bought this guitar here yesterday, but my girlfriend thinks it's ugly.
Oh?
Can you help me find another one instead?
Yeah, of course. Let me see. I think I have some suggestions. 1 second. Yeah, this is Susie. She's a big John Mayer fan, so a Fender Strat might be the thing. I have Esther. She hates electronic music, so I think she could be a contender. And the last one, a lot of women. She's Maria. She loves Red Hot Chili Peppers, so chances are you might score. Hey.
There it is. All right, so this is the Casper West.
We start with a tragic story out of North Idaho. The Moscow Police Department says
My bad. I had these queued up. I missed that premium, boy. All right, here we go.
Story out of North Idaho. The Moscow Police Department says officers found the body of a young Boise man this morning.
Huddy. Hey.
The body of 19-year-old Hudson Lindau of Boise was found in Paradise Creek near College Avenue in Moscow this morning.
Right here is the Paradise Creek, and May 1st, 2022, a 19-year-old University of Idaho student, Hudson Lindau.
The university doesn't want us to know that something is deeply wrong in this town. It seems that anyone who uncovers the truth becomes a target, no matter who they are. There's a secret that must be kept, and certain people will go to great lengths to ensure it stays hidden. There's something strange happening in this small town. Looking back at past cases, I realize it has been going on for a long time. If you have seen my sorority series, you'll notice that many cases in this town are quickly labeled as having no foul play or are given very little public information. Personally, I believe this is intentional, not just to avoid compromising investigations, but to keep things secret, ensuring that the average person remains unaware and doesn't question it, not even family or friends. In a small, low-profile town like this, it's easier for serious crimes to go unnoticed. One particular case involved Hudson Lindau, a Boise native and University of Idaho student, majoring in environmental studies, and an avid skier who was believed to know how to swim. On May 1st, 2022, just 6 months before the Idaho forced lanes, it was reported that 19-year-old Hudson left a fraternity party in Moscow, Idaho, and allegedly walked nearly 7 miles before falling into a frozen creek. A toxicology report conducted by Kathy Mabbitt revealed the blood alcohol content of 0.17. When this incident was first reported on Sunday, the following Monday afternoon, police announced that no cause of death had been determined and that they did not suspect foul play. Later, they ruled his death an accidental drowning. At first glance, hearing the story without seeing the area might lead one to think it was a tragic accident. But when you see the location and consider that an avid skier who knew how to swim is believed to have drowned there, it gets very chilling.
And welcome to the Sunday News at 10. I'm Doug Petcash. We start with a tragic story out of North Idaho. The Moscow Police Department says officers found the body of a young Boise man this morning. The body of 19-year-old Hudson Lindau of Boise was found in Paradise Creek near College Avenue in Moscow this morning. The Moscow Police Department says they responded to reports of a body in the creek around 11:30 this morning. The investigation is ongoing, but police say foul play is not suspected.
Before discussing Hudson, it's important to note that he wasn't the first University of Idaho student found dead in unusual circumstances. In 2013, Joseph Whiterick, a student from Haley, Idaho, was discovered under the Paradise Creek Bridge. Joseph had been at a fraternity party that night, but never made it home. When police arrived, they stated that they did not suspect foul play and believed he had died from hypothermia after freezing to death beneath the bridge. Fast forward to 2022, With the case of Hudson Lindo, like Joseph Whiterick, Hudson left the fraternity party and was later found dead in Paradise Creek, though his cause of death was ruled as drowning. After reviewing the creek's water records, the depth ranged from a maximum of 4 feet to as shallow as a few inches. Hudson, who stood taller than 4 feet and was known to be a strong swimmer, seemed unlikely to drown in such shallow water.
Of November 13th, 2022. But I also want to talk about another individual. Right here is the Paradise Creek, and May 1st, 2022, a 19-year-old University of Idaho student, Hudson Lindo, was found dead right here. Right here, May 1st, Sunday. Authorities were called out here about 11:28 a.m. and Hudson Lindo was found here. Right here. Now, at the time, police said no foul play. But what really happened? Hudson Lindo from Boise was a student. Another student died. And I will just take you up. I mean, is this a place where somebody would commit suicide? Think somebody put a body down here? You know, other university students involved, other people involved. Just throwing it out there.
Digging further, I found that Hudson was a member of Sigma Chi and was friends with Ethan Chapin.
Huddy. Hey.
Following his death, friends from Sigma Chi posted hotline numbers on their social media, implying he may have taken his own life, despite the coroner ruling it accidental. This raises questions. What are they trying to hide? Who's correct? And what did Hudson know that they didn't want others to find out? Hudson was remembered as a good guy who cherished his family and friends. His family created an Instagram post that read, "Love like Hudson," highlighting his infectious goofiness and warmth. The photo shared by his friends appears to have been taken before his death, and upon closer inspection, you can see the Idaho roommate's home in the background. It's indeed strange that 2 accidental deaths occurred in the same area, both involving individuals leaving a fraternity party late at night. Chief James Fry investigated both cases, and Kathy Mabbitt served as a coroner for each incident. I don't think this is a coincidence. In Latah County, the requirements to become a coroner are quite minimal. One must be a citizen, a resident of the county, and at least 21 years old. That's all. Therefore, anyone they are willing to elect will likely go along with the program, reinforcing a cycle where questions about accountability and transparency remain unaddressed. There's something peculiar about the 911 call made to the Idaho home on November 13, 2022. When the report was for an unconscious person, although it was actually for death.
Why did the 2 roommates in the morning call the police about an unconscious person when there was apparently a bloodbath in their home?
Kathy Mabbitt quickly disclosed the blood alcohol content of the 2 students who died in Paradise Creek. Yet when it came to the Idaho 4 roommates, she claimed that such information wouldn't provide any clues about the case. This statement was met with pushback from a former medical examiner who emphasized that a toxicology report could reveal the victim's state of mind, especially if they had allegedly left the bar. The former examiner raised a critical question. What if someone had slipped something into their drinks to disorient them? It's notable that both Joseph and Hudson, who were fraternity members, left fraternity parties shortly before their deaths. Similarly, on the night of the Idaho 4 slayings, Bethany Funk reported seeing Ethan and Xana at the Sigma Chi fraternity house. Tragically, shortly after leaving, they also ended up dead. This pattern suggests a troubling connection to the fraternity house, challenging the notion about these organizations upholding a positive brotherhood image, with Scott Green, a Greek member, serving as president there's an implication that they feel untouchable due to their connections, leading to a lack of fear regarding prosecution or repercussions for their actions. If this behavior continues unchecked, more lives may be at risk. As I will discuss in my next video, there appears to be a long-standing conflict at the University of Idaho, marked by multiple parties and years of violence on both sides. Stay tuned for more on this critical issue.
Bravo, bravo. I say bravo. It's so smooth all the way through. Really cool. Not as smooth as toes, but you know. Alright. And we got Jen here tonight. Okay, so we have one more thing to get to here with Euphoric real quick. This is actually pretty cool here.
Not at the home where the murders took place last fall. However, they did not provide any details backing up that story, saying instead that it would come out at trial. Kohberger's lawyers have also attacked the DNA found at the crime scene, which was matched to Kohberger's genetic material. In a motion filed last month, his lawyers questioned whether investigators may have planted the DNA to frame Kohberger. Prosecutors fired back, saying that the genetic genealogy was far from the only evidence used to build their case.
Of Kaylee Gonsalves telling Arcana Whitworth they also worry critical video could be overlooked and disappear.
I ask the community, if you know you have a tape, if you know that there's a recycle time and it's getting close to that, take the extra step. Go in there, look for it, pull it off. I mean, we would appreciate it.
The family's searching for clues. They have questions about the behavior of Kaylee's dog that was found in the home, but police say there was no indication the animal had entered the crime scene.
If he was locked in a room, I would guess that he would bark and claw and whine.
Two of the roommates surviving unscathed. Christy Gonsalves empathizing with them.
They're victims as well, and I'm sure they're terrified.
Now, as campus quiets for the holidays, Kaylee's parents demanding answers.
I mean, who can do something like this?
Where are you? Who are you?
Said that there was blood all over this place, all on the walls, on the floors. It was a very vicious attack, and the weapon that the medical examiner said was a knife. And this is significant, Lawrence, because if there was that much blood evidence there, and it seems as though there was some defensive wounds on some of these victims' bodies. And so as a result of that, it shows that they fought back. And therein lie is where the law enforcement may very well be able to find some evidence that will lead them to this perpetrator or perpetrators, because we don't know if it was one or more individuals.
All right, moving right along. Everybody's bringing up such interesting points over here that it's hard to me to keep my eyes on my high resolution monitor. So I'll play that later. let's hear from this first thing here. You're gonna like this. I originally made a community post on my original T.O.E.S channel a few months after the Idaho 4 tragedy. I mentioned that the house would be torn down and why and what would come in its place. Most didn't believe me. I titled it Harsh Reality. Here's a screenshot of the neighborhood at the time of the atrocity and some of my original renderings of the future landscape of the King Road neighborhood. Alright, so there's are those Taylor apartments, Queen Road, whatever they're called. So there's the house. Check this out. Was that cool? It's going to be cool. So it does say here, I didn't even like this one. His original renderings of the future. I assume that this is based on some type of something that they've released from the school. Those are really good, though, right? And that was Miss Potts that Heather or somebody sent me the link for. So I want to thank her for the heads up on that. It was right after we got off last night. And then this was Swamp, real quick. And she made so many good points I had to play it. I might put it on high speed.
This is a true crime podcast. In this podcast, I cover the case against Brian Kohlberger, otherwise known as the Idaho 4 case. And I have kind of a obscure update for you, but I know it's something that my viewers will be interested in. Now, typically when I talk about this case, if I'm talking about someone who's not a victim or who's not directly involved in the PCA, I try to leave first and last names out. This is very easily obtainable information. So I'm just saying this is Jack. I'm showing a picture of right here. This post, what I was tagged in by Miss Potts this morning, and the reason I'm showing this to you is because there's this ongoing theme recently on the channel where we're trying to figure out who the heck is Papa Roger. I realize that some people watching this maybe haven't been following the case for 2 years and might not be aware of some of the players in the game. So early on, starting on November 29th of 2022, a character named Papa Rogers began posting in the University of Idaho Facebook page. Now this character, I have all of his posts here, but there are a few that were deleted by the moderators and instantly taken down. So I don't have everything, but I have most everything. And the only reason I know that is because there are indications that people were replying to places that had been erased. Now, several things that you can find in these that are interesting are his remarks regarding evidence on the high side of the house. And you can see I put a picture up there that just passed of police collecting evidence on the high side of the house. This is a significant thing because if they found evidence on the high side of the house, it would explain why they were so confident in the PCA. The perpetrator likely left the sliding glass door and not the front door. Because, I mean, the front door was open at 8 a.m. that morning, according to Fox News, who spoke with neighbors who confirmed it. So why wouldn't the police think the perpetrator went out the front door? Well, they think he went out the back door. Very likely because they found evidence on the high side of the house what direction he went. So Papa Rogers knew that. Papa Rogers also confidently talked about the knife sheath before any of it had really been confirmed. So a lot of people thought, well, Papa Rogers either is the unaliver himself or he's maybe close to people in the case. So who fits this profile of Papa Rogers? Now, if you look at the profile pic of Papa Roger, it's very distinctive and it represents a red soldier. When you see these soldiers from the US, Soviet Moscow, saying Moscow, Russia, saying that this is like communist rules that you're putting on this. This came from a case that's been dubbed Stickergate, where we had local pushback on excessive overreach from their local governments. So involved in this pushback was somebody called the Christ Church, somebody storming Moscow, 2 years ago. Is he talking about that? We don't know. But for a few days, we were all speculating that either somebody was trying to make Christ Church look like Papa Roger, or Christ Church was involved in some sort of Papa Roger. But a new theory has now emerged this morning that Papa Roger was Jack S. And the reason is because he was arrested for disturbing the peace. Now, interestingly enough, Jack is being housed in the same jail in Boise where Brian Koberger is being housed. As someone close to the case, that must be a really intense situation. Of course, he put himself into it. And I heard today he is now out. He is free. But yeah, his middle name is Roger. He would fit the profile of someone who could have made this and who made this account. He's local. He knew the reference to the Soviet sickle and hammer. He also knew some things close about the case. So yeah, he fits the profile. This could be our Papa Roger character. One thing I know for sure is we will find out at trial, because they're going to talk about how the media was manipulated, and there's no way that people who watched the Papa Roger account or know about it can't say it didn't influence YouTube or larger social media outlets for a long, long time. I think it'll be known to us when everything is unsealed and ungagged and unredacted. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button on your...
Blah, blah, blah. All right, yeah. No, she did a good job. I felt like she made all the points there. So here's one that Viviana cannot dispute. I'm sorry. I'm holding up on the toast. I'm keeping you in suspense on the toast stuff. I got a couple of good ones. I'll play this in double speed. And some people were asking, what is the high side of the house? What's the whatever? And so this is the drone over, and I'll just play it from Fox. This side here is the high side. It is built up to basically the, whatever you call it, of the window, the bottom of the window. And so it slopes down back here, and then it's level more or less back here. And then you have the patio in the back, and then this side is super low. And then over here where past the ladder is, there's that one area that they say was the garage, or there's another garage, or a storage shed or something. And that side is even lower. And I noticed, well, let's play it. Duh. I noticed that even today, and I hope nothing half-asses back after the beating we took. Right, built into a hillside, exactly. However, there is some speculation on that, whether this was previously another building, it was a store or something before this was residential, back in mining days. So the question remains whether the foundation was there or from the original. You can still see where the garage was here. Oh, wait, okay. And I guess they just use that. But what I noticed is, they'll show it in a sec. It's on double speed. It's not so long, but it's super slow. So here's the high side. Yep, and this is the hill going up. You're going up, and then you have this back here. Okay, so I hope this kind of acclimates everybody to see how it's lost. Well, anyway, I was saying the front, still to this day, still to whenever it was knocked down, the foundation in the front is still exposed, very much exposed, even though it looks like they tried to level it off and this and that. And there's the Palouse Mountains in beautiful Moscow. Sigma Chi. I thought that was an interesting angle of Sigma Chi, because it appears the balconies are over here, and then this side may be another dorm room or whatever, but it's sort of face to sea. Look how they have like a balcony, I think, right here or whatever, and they have, I don't know, it just looks like, I would think if they had two balconies facing each other, they'd be constantly trying to alpha off. I wasn't even familiar with anything with any topography coming from Florida. You have to drive about 3 or 4 hours up, and then you start getting hills, like up around Chiefland and stuff like that. But for the most part, yeah, you can drive a couple hours. If you drive inland, there's stuff. But when I drove to North Carolina, I had my PT Cruiser. There goes my gangster rep. And I burned out the transmission on the hills. It's so tricky to build into the hills like that, let alone drive on them. And so there are a lot of anomalies that way.
Did you know that Amazon?
Hang on, lady. So let's see. I have it over here. Hold on. I keep missing. I lost it. There it is. Where'd it go? Oh, this is. Oh wait, this was a short one that I wanted to watch.
True crime. Toes for 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 true crime.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in to Turning Over Every Stone. You can call me Toes. Still outside bird watching. And I came across a channel I've never heard of before named Euphoric. And I'll put a link for their video in the description. And I came across one of their videos they released yesterday. And I've been fully aware of the Banfield footage and the runners. But they had it zoomed in at a perfect amount where I saw something different this time. And what I saw reminded me of a video I had seen from Lana from Truth and Transparency. And I'll put a link for that video in the description as well. But in Lana's video, it's not necessarily about the sweater guy, but it's more or less about the guy that's holding the sign. And when I saw that euphoric or whatever you call it, I don't know. When I saw that video today, and it was, like I said, perfectly zoomed in enough to where I saw something that I hadn't seen before. And I'm not trying to pull a Rolo or a Bubbly or a Tommy, but I swear I saw someone holding a street sign or some type of sign. One of the Forerunners, I swear I saw them holding a sign. And it reminded me of Lana's video. So I'm going to insert those videos here. And you guys tell me what you think. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share. And just please be kind. All right. Have a good night.
On the side of the road? Okay, you supposed to take that? Probably not. Probably not. You should find it from on the side of the road, like over yonder. Okay, where's over yonder?
Are you talking up by Sunset Mart? Up the hill by the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you think it was a good idea to take a city-owned sign and take it back to, I'm assuming, your apartment?
Yeah, it was like falling on the side of the fucking road. Let's go ahead and just set it down for right now, okay? You want it? I'll set it for right now. Okay.
What?
Yeah, ID on you?
You see some people run behind. You see some people run behind. You see some people run behind.
All right, so there's number one. And let's see. Now I got a lot of them. Oh, there goes that. Amber out. Thank you for coming, everybody. Have a great night. All right. Alright, we got Swamp out. We got her out. Did the drone. Now we got this.
Put Murphy in Kaylee's room so he wouldn't jump on the killers when they entered the house.
Don't jump. Don't jump. Nope, get down. Get down. Get down.
So, Jen, I just wanted to play that real quick to demonstrate Murphy jumping up. What a high energy dog. He wasn't even 1 year old yet. So you know that's a high energy thing. So.
I unexpectedly came across this. It was a secret opening tunnel type thing that I found on the other side of the band field. I was on my way to the King Road house and I thought it would be faster to just cut through the band field, so I did. And I came across this. And I'm going to show you the video clip that I took while I was there, and you guys decide for yourself what you think it is, because I trust you guys, and then drop it in the comments. But I was not expecting this. And, I mean, those kids were going in this direction, and they could have gone to this little spot and dropped stuff off. I don't know. Alright, so I'm on the other side of the band field. I'm just gonna cruise over here because the sun's getting kind of intense. So I'm cruising over here, and behind these little trees, alright, I'm gonna show you something. I'm in this nondescript location, right? I'm in the band field, but I'm off to the side. So I'm behind this tree on the side across the band field. Sure, these hills are steep. I mean, I could fall down this hill and injure myself. But look at this. This is just some kind of like sewer type opening. I don't know what it is. That's some kind of opening. I don't know where that goes. This is on the other side of the band field. Okay, I have sandals on and these things have thorns. So I can't actually crawl in there and try to open that latch to see what it is. What's underneath there. You guys are going to have to use your imaginations. Okay, so this is some type of underground thing, right? Down this hill on the other side of the band field. I'm gonna come from this side. Okay, this might be a better view. Okay, down there, if I don't slip and kill myself, is some kind of opening. You can see there's like a latch there. That door opens. I mean, it's small, but I could probably fit through there. No idea what the hell it is or where it goes. But it doesn't seem like it has a lock on there. Now, it's well covered in these trees, which have serious thorns on them. Okay. I mean, if I had pants on, or like winter clothes, and real shoes on instead of sandals, I would try to go in there. Okay, but that's like an easy 3-4 foot drop that I would have to crawl in there and then go into that hole, open that lid. But this is not far from the Cape Roadhouse. It's on the other side of the band field. So once you come across this band field, you can hide stuff in there. I mean, assuming you clear this part out, you could try and open that door. I mean, it doesn't look like it's locked. I'm gonna try and zoom in a little bit more. I mean, it looks like it could be easily opened. I really want to open it, but like I'm scared. I'm gonna try to get in there, and I'll come back. What do UI and WSU have in common? Well, they both have a long history of covering up essays on the girls on campus. And even Chief Rye took some heat for it back in 2020 of his handling of an essay that happened on campus by, well, there was one with involving an athletic student, a football player. And then once you come across this Banfield out, you could
Okay, I stopped it right there because I wanted to look. Am I pointing the right? I want everybody to look right here. That's why I blow it up. There. Does it look like there's hinges on that thing? Because typically a manhole cover, they don't have hinges, do they? That is an anomaly. I'd really like to be able to see that. Yeah. What do you think? Right here. And I believe right there. Let's go bigger.
I mean, it doesn't look like...
Let's go bigger. See if we can find them. This is exactly what the other day Jen and I were talking about. I wanted to go do is look. If I went to Moscow right now, the first thing I do is just start walking around the grounds, Banfield here, Sigma Chi, and I know that I said I know I'm more expected to see, and whatever. This is a good find. Great vid, Jen. Thank you. Do manhole covers usually have hinges on them? No. And it does. Am I on the right thing? Yeah. It does appear that there's not a lot of buildup, because if it hadn't been, if it's a maintenance thing, then maybe the city comes by and scrapes it off just so it doesn't get buried, especially in this environment. Look at it, it's like 3 feet deep now into the ground. That's interesting alone. But boy, would this be, if it led to one of a steam tunnel as big as the ones we've seen, a sure fire interesting way to get in there for somebody. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but I've been half reading. There's so many people in here. I can't. This is great. Thank you for being here. Is that Doc Thrifty? Oh, so you're on. Okay. I can't tonight. I'm trying to be serious. Oh, dude. I gotta admit, that's some funny shit. Oh, man. Cassidy Kane is with us today. I am really dying on that one. That is funny. Okay, so let's start with Viviana. Viviana, we've already heard what you had to say, so we'll move on to Rochelle. Not to put you on the spot, Miss Producer, but what's your opinion here? Not handsome man there. Today on the arrest. What do you what points do you bring to that case? Anything you want to say? Anybody want to pipe? Anybody at all? Just join it. I will delete this window while we wait the answers. The number 44. Hello. All right, window capture. I don't know. I thought maybe that you guys are talking about stuff, and it's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure we stayed on point there. Where did I go? Where am I? I deleted me. Stop. Oh, Lord in heaven. Did anybody else... I just want to take this moment. Did anybody add Jeff or anything? Or not add Jeff? Because I took him off, and I haven't seen him in the chat yet. That's all I'm saying. Sarah Adams, hello. Now I want a beer. Okay, I'm going to try to get it together now. Whew. Alright, back to what I was doing. Okay, I'm going to have to go to my secret. Somebody tried to hack my Facebook today. I guess I shouldn't have pulled my Facebook up on here, not that I give a crap. But, yeah, somebody tried to reset my password on there for some reason. It's interesting. I don't know if it's related. Just another coincidence. Sure. Alright, so this first one is, of course, going to be from Jenn. And I wanted to start here at the beginning. And, yeah, this is it. So this is wait till you hear this. Jenn, do you want to come up and read this for me, hon? Sweetheart, sweet cakes. You up to it? Ding dong. She's probably cooking grilled cheese sandwiches right now. I'm going to turn this air blaster off, this window shaker. Alright. Okay, I'll go ahead and read it then. Jenn's temporarily indisposed. Wait till you hear some of this. I think we might have dusted on this in the past. If you haven't heard it, I think you'll be... I'm going to turn myself down. Sorry, I'm so loud. Let's bring it down a little bit, Kane. You're here. I need you here. Yeah, I had to take my friend Andrew. The stories he was going to tell was the one about the crematorium and his brother and the mob. And then the other one was he had two neighbors upstairs. Excuse me, Giggies. Alright, Jenn's making soup. Am I allowed to say that, Jenn? She'll be back in a few minutes. So I'll get started on this because it's dope. Yeah, everybody's got their opinion. She did right. Thank you for sharing that. I was only teasing you, FFS. Definitely want to hear what you have to say. I just find it... I really felt that at some point I said somebody would pop. When I said somebody, I meant him. And it's in his history. It's in his nature. And I wonder on that one. Anyway, so this is Ritual Statutes. And Jenn, it's called The Ritual. And this is from 2002. 2001, 2002. The man who recognizes in his initiation a creed, ideals of worthy emulation. And like I said, we've touched on this before. We have not. This is new. This is a new one. There's an article also. That's next. And then we'll play some more of the T.O.E.S stuff. I want to go through it. And T.O.E.S, if you're there, man, put a link to that song. I'm dying to hear it. Yeah, I am a music lover, so. Ideas are worthy of emulation, though only worthy so long as they remain just beyond his grasp. Alright? Okay. Let's do this. Let's start with the article. Where the heck is it? Hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta hide it. It'll make more sense when you hear this. Oh yeah, okay, it was that. Hold on. Maybe that one too. Sorry. Okay. Where are you? Here we go. Okay. Sorry about the wait. There we go. Traumatic experience as a member of Sigma Chi. Is anybody familiar with this article? And it's from Reddit there. This is one I hadn't read through. I think I brushed on it. And I'll try to read it really fast. Trigger warning: abuse, racism, sexual SA, and depression, PTSD. I was going to wait until the semester finished to post this, but after seeing so many fraternities and sororities posting recently, I thought it was time. So when I started out as a pledge, it wasn't too bad. We mainly had to do small menial tasks in preparation for what they call Hell Week. I cleaned rooms, bathrooms, kitchens, the house after parties, you name it. We were basically used as free labor for our time as pledges. I would get yelled at, had eggs thrown at me while I was cleaning the outside of the house, and once had vegetable oil dumped in my hair for forgetting to recycle beer cans that someone had thrown in a bush after the academy party. It was really demeaning, but I stuck with it because I had friends in my pledge and didn't know any better. Our magister, basically your pledge classes educator type guy, was a good guy, but allowed us to be tortured by the other brothers. Excuse me. I like it right out the gallon. I can't help it. Was a good guy, but allowed to be tortured right now. During a brothership event, I was forced to fist fight with an active member to prove myself as brother of the order. This is from Rochelle, by the way, everyone. Thank you, Rochelle, for sending this. This is bam. They ended up ganging up on me and beating me up really bad. I couldn't go to school for 2 weeks and my face was battered. I told them to stop. Oh, goodness gracious, what did I do? What have I done? I told them to stop and begged them to stop punching me in the face, and one active member got mad and threw a metal foldable chair at my face, which cracked 2 of my teeth and badly bruised my face. I had spent thousands on dental fees because I am not from Vancouver and do not have much coverage. I have pictures of it and videos of what they did to me as proof, but I won't post them here for privacy reasons. A big part of the pledge process is also stealing stuff to give to your brothers and to the chapter. They have this big ritual in their ritual book called The Rite of Robin Hood, where you are supposed to steal things and then offer it to your brothers on an altar in the chapter room. Some of it is stealing from the fraternities, but most of the stuff I did, what I was ashamed of. They dressed me up as a homeless man, made me wear filthy clothes, covered in dirt, and then sent me to the food bank to pretend I was a homeless man to get free food for them. I tried to refuse, and they said no, and they threatened me physically. They told me they knew where I lived, and it would end badly for me. I stood in the food bank line with a bag, surrounded by people who actually needed food, dressed as a homeless person. They made all of us do it at different points throughout the pledge process. The weirdest was their whole initiation ritual process. I tried to back out a bunch of times, but the moment I did, they started being really nice to me and talking to me about how they can get me jobs and how they always viewed me as a leader in the fraternity. They do something called a Hell Week or Live-In Week, where we stay for the whole week to essentially get tortured. The first 2 days were dedicated to exercise, where they had us go for runs and do beer miles and do squats all day. I don't know what a beer mile is. Drinking a beer all mile. It wasn't too bad, honestly. Just really stupid. A lot of it was just quizzing us on our names of our brothers, the history of Sigma Chi, when certain important figures initiated, and where. They were pretty nice to us during the first couple of days. But then, the last 2 days came. On one of the last days, they made us all sit naked in a room where they made us watch homosexual, pornographic videos for hours. Had anybody else seen this yet? For hours. Naked. They gave us sheets of paper and told us to take notes. Halfway through, they took our sheets of paper away and made us stand and watch. They wanted to see if anyone was aroused. 2 pledges, unfortunately, did, and they took them to other rooms and spanked them with a wooden paddle until they were bleeding. All we could hear in the background was screaming and yelling while porn was playing in front of us. The 2 boys that got beat were exempt from a lot of later punishment, but had to stay for the ritual. One of the guys they beat showed me his bruises, and his entire butt was purple and red from bruising. The ritual was weird. We had to go through an entire ritual where Emperor Constantine was appearing to us and seeing a cross. And we had to point to the cross on the Sigma Chi flag and pretend Emperor Constantine was seeing a cross in the sky. The secret motto to confirm you are a brother once initiated is just repeating cons. Constantine back to each other. Then we learned handshakes and other secret mottos. One of our Socrates and other was Stegmancritus, something like that. Their cloaks all contained a white cross and the Freemason symbol, and had pointed hoods. They honestly looked like the KKK. Uniforms, I do not want to write it out, but you guys get it. Then, after the ritual as celebration, they had an escort come in, and the guys did rugs and drank and had sex with the escort in the chapter room with their clothes on. Initially, we were told it was a stripper, but then they paid her extra to do other stuff. And honestly, I really don't want to get into what I saw some of my brothers do there, because it was absolutely disgusting. It was disgusting and weird. I got up and left and never paid my dues and never went back. This stuff should not be a secret, and the fact that it goes to show how sick these people are. The fact that they are pledging allegiance to Masonic orders with Freemason logos is also really weird. This stuff should not be allowed on university property. And they had a disclaimer I thought was interesting from whoever's running this chat room. We're going to keep this post up for now. Please note that the contest posts are not verified. I wanted to read that for Viv. Just so it's out there. How do you like them apples, yo? I wish I could be cool. That is a really... Rochelle. Golf clap. Bravo. Hopefully that... How's that soup coming, Jen? Alright, Jen and her soup. Alright, she's like an old man in a deli. Taste the soup. Says the waiter. Waiter says, what, is there something wrong in the soup? There's a fly in the soup? Guy says, taste the soup. Waiter says, what's wrong? What is it, cold? You want me to take it back? He says, no, taste it. And the waiter says, okay, give me the spoon. Guy says, aha. There's Jeff H. Boom! See, miracles happen here. Okay, so back to this rituals thing. This is good time, fun, Monday night stuff. Thank you, everybody, again, for being in here. If it's your first time, feel free to jump into the chat and join up, sub, and do all the wonderful things. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. So this is... A brother desiring to leave the chapter room while the chapter is in session may obtain permission from the council. Ceremony for installation of officers, blah, 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 blah. Ritual. And so I could go on and on. I'm going to post this. I'll put it in a community thing so you guys can read through it. But it just went well with the story. So, alright. We got enough of that. Let's hide my email since I'm getting... Did I even hide my... I didn't even hide my email. It's like that. Here, I'll hide it now. There you go. Now you can't see it. Ta-da! Alright, let's see. What else we got today? I got Heather stuff. I got Jenn stuff. I can't even. Okay, we saw this. We saw this one, Jenn. I think you just sent me the... Yeah. Oh, this was just a reminder. Right. Okay. So, let me see if I can it. I think this is... I don't know why guys don't want the thumb in. Alright. Just for verification on the story, would you be surprised if that was standard activity there? I can't remember a time when me and my buddies were hanging out. It's like, hey Jim, put on some gay porn. Let's see if Bobby gets it up. In my whole life. Never. No. Not any kind. But, then they sit there. I mean, that story is just freaking... And so she has this... and if you see right here, if you can see my high-resolution cursor, let me see. So this... It's hard to see at first. I can blow it up a little bit. Is the manhole cover right there in Sigma Chi. Okay? So Jeff, how do you feel about the Jack Schoalter takedown, the big bust? I'd like to hear from Jeff on that. So this manhole cover is interesting. It's a graded one. So this could be more of a drain. Is it really? Okay. Alright. Let's get that up there. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. So it's much bigger than it appeared in the other one. Thank you, Jen. Are you ready to come up? Because she's better at asking the questions than me. Wow. I mean, we have such a history with them, verified and vetted, of using tunnels in that particular fraternity as standard practice. And why? Because it's a secret society. Okay, well, he got arrested for disorderly conduct, that's all. I had a lot of opinions right off the cuff there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jen. Say hello to Jen, everybody.
Hi. I'm just eating my soup.
Oh, you poor little baby.
I know. I have a little... My voice is coming back, though, at least.
I hope your man's taking good care of you over there. Getting some Canada Dry and whatnot.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you. You just...
Oh, I said I hope your man's taking good care of you, getting you Canada Dry and whatnot.
Yeah.
Good.
He is.
Attaboy.
So that drain... Okay, Sigma Chi, their courtyard is, like, sloped. So, obviously, it's gonna flood in certain areas, so they have that drain. I only found it so far in that one area, but my point is, it doesn't look like city issued, or, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like
It looks old, for sure.
It looks like, right, it looks like it was, like, placed there, like, by, like, the people who own the house, not, like, officially. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Or it could go back to the mining days But it's certainly enough to be able to access something else.
Right. Remember that article I sent you about Puget Sound? How they had built the tunnels. The university had built tunnels connecting.
Yeah, and they ate breakfast there. And the girl did the story about how...
Right.
And so this has been going on for 100 years. And, you know, of course fraternities have run into problems. But they have still apparently been able to keep their secrets. Which this would fall into that possible category. There's the better Kopaka picture. Maybe I should look at that later if we get to it. Go on. I'm sorry.
No, so, I mean, basically my point is that drain, the water has to go somewhere, right?
Right.
And as far as I can find, I don't see anything like on the official documents for the city saying there's any kind of, you know, storm drain or whatever the heck underneath there. So I guess my point is, just because it's not on official documents does not mean it does not exist.
Right. And also...
I'm chair, sorry.
You're good. I forgot what I was going to say. I was like, I'm looking for your picture.
My little kid picture?
I don't know how I always lose. Do you want to tell it to L? Or do you want to be...
We need to get one of those LiDAR. Is that what it's called? Like the ground penetrating radar? To go see...
I mean, that's the thing. That's what I was trying to say. You can be too fast for fleas. How about that? There we go. There's Jenn, everybody. Yay!
Rochelle said, I need some what's Mrs. Grass soup? I just warmed up
grass
soup that I ordered earlier.
Like wheatgrass soup, maybe?
With some hot mustard.
Hot mustard might be good. That sounds like something.
Yeah.
Just wrap a hot towel around your head.
That sounds uncomfortable.
That's what Ferris Bueller's dad told him to do. Wrap a towel, and he's like, wrap the hot towel around my head. Okay. So the TikTok girl.
Yeah.
She was able to access areas. You're not going to walk right up on the quad at Sigma Chi. And, hey, do you mind if I check out your manhole car? I mean, you know, at this point they're already getting chased away by the guy like Gray Hughes. And, you know, God forbid you wander in the wrong area in that town. It is a town. It is a cover-up town. There's no surprise here that this seems weird because it's being covered up 100%. And,
I mean, remember the article that I was reading from, 1906? And they were covering shit up, so, I mean, it's just...
No, I mean...
They just got better at it.
With every university there is. And whether it falls in the category of someone getting their ass beat, or kids go to bed, or eating wheat soup. You know what I mean? If you like eating grass, then get out of here, will you? Go put some pineapple on your pizza, all right? No,
I mean, just think about it. Like, just think about it. If enrollment dropped because it was a student that committed the unalivings, right? Think about the snowball effect it would have on the entire town. Like, eventually, all these businesses that depend on these students for business, for their business, close down. Then mortgages are going to get foreclosed, and the town will shrivel up and die. Like, it literally depends on they're the number one employer. Like, it's a big deal. There's a lot of reasons to go with the flow, I guess is my point.
We had that one where they had interviewed that kid like 6 times over the course of the trial, before the trial, after the trial, and finally, like, after the trial, during the trial, he admitted that he was lying, and they asked him why, and he says to protect the fraternity and the university.
Right.
And it was it was a huge murder thing. It was this huge, and he lied, and that was like the 80s or 90s, right?
Yeah.
And so, just to get everybody up to speed, I know you guys know this already, most of you there, and they have okay, you can call Hudson Lindau and the other girl whatever you want. But when you start talking about Timmy Reed, now I was thinking about Timmy Reed, and I did try to contact his dad the other day. He has not gotten back to me, unfortunately. I hate to continually harass him. I don't mind harassing his lawyer, but he might have a little bit of too much going on, and I don't want to trigger anybody. So I tried to contact him. He has my number. If he calls, I hope he does, or texts or anything, I can keep it off the record with him. I have a couple really burning questions about that. But, if he's out there, I'll keep it between he and I. But that was 2 months before we found out. And I was wondering, I said, well, we really do have our heads up the keister of this case at all times. But at that time, was Bubbly, how long has Bubbly Waters' channel been going? Is it a year?
Yeah.
Was it and so I wonder.
Would say probably close to the beginning, like within a few months of the beginning of the case.
So I wonder if at that time she was doing her police daily blotter, and still missed. Was there a police blotter for the Nick Reed case, the Timmy Reed case?
Wait, I thought that was in 2023. When was it? When did that happen?
It was a year later. Yeah, it was 2023, I believe.
Yeah, I have screenshots of it somewhere.
Okay, so there was a blotter, and as far as we're up there in the butt, with the thumb, there is no. That was a bad visual. There was no. There was nobody picked up on it till 2 months later.
Yeah.
And then clearly, those students were not prosecuted. Their names were never even released. They continue, I can only assume, to play football for the team, which football at U of I is very important to them. They play San Diego State. They play. I think that they even play WSU, right? And San Jose. So they're in their own little conference, but it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So, we know that not only the university will protect them, but the police will too. Let's face it. The police didn't drop the ball. Fry is not a peanut head like I pictured him in my last thumbnail.
Right.
If it had been his son that it happened to, we would be barking a different tune. We would be saying, oh, we'll let that guy rest in peace.
To me, it's so obvious that they were covering for, the school and for the frats since day one. And it started with the 911 call. What the hell was that?
Was it a cricket spider?
Did you hear that noise?
No, I didn't. You got ghost treed.
Yeah, to me, it's so obvious that they were covering for the school and for the frats since day one, and it started with the 911 call. That's where it started.
The magical 911 call. It's like, oh my gosh, release the freaking 911 call.
Right, you don't want to release the
we've got found something.
What's the logical reason? It makes no sense. They're going to release the Banfield video body cam of 50 feet away from 100 feet away from the house. At the time, it was the original timeline. They're going to release that, but they won't release, Brian's traffic stop, and they won't release the transcript of the 911. It just doesn't make sense. I don't buy the whole, it's because of the case, integrity of the investigation, blah, 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 blah. No.
Well, to get further into today's news, and if anybody wants to share on that, did you read the chat with Heather?
No, I'm out of the chat.
She had a message for you. It says it's the guy, he's throwing rocks at your windows. The guy digging holes.
Oh yeah, right.
Anyway, sidebar.
For anyone who doesn't know the inside joke, I caught some guy with no shirt on at 1:30 in the morning digging holes outside my bedroom window. It was odd. No, I didn't call the cops.
It's not easy being beautiful. Let me tell you, honey. This doesn't just happen. Okay, a body like this, I can fit into any dress.
No, because I don't even think he like knew who I was. I don't even know what it was. I don't know what I was.
He just chose your window at random, yeah.
I heard it. I heard like like scratching, like, and I was like, what the hell? So I look out the window and I see this like big shadow moving, and I hear it, and I thought it was like like a cat or something. But then when I went to go like grab my phone to record, the blinds made a noise, and all of a sudden the shadow like froze, stopped. And then I was like, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
The guy stood up. He's like, I'm looking for my phone. I have a video of it somewhere. I'll send it to you.
Oh, that would be amazing. Giovanni, big pimpin' papas.
Heather, do you have it easily accessible? No, I have it. I'll find it.
Yeah, if you want to send it, I'll play it. I don't know if you can send video through email, though. If you got a link, though.
What do you mean you can't send video through email? Of course you can.
Nah, it doesn't have enough megabytes. Unless it's compressed or something, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you can. I've tried, believe me, over the years. Never. You only have like I can only send like 3 pictures in an email.
Oh, see, I can send more. I'm cool.
If they're from a high resolution monitor, but where were we? What were you saying?
Oh, I don't know. I'm coughing up like green stuff. It's not cute.
When it turns into blood, then we gotta rush you off.
Yeah, I guess that might be alarming.
Oh man. Okay, so thank you, Doc Thrifty, J-Ron on point, and Open Mind Perspectives. I miss Doc Thrifty. What happened to Doc Thrifty?
For multiple personalities, just letting you know.
Is there? Yeah. Okay. I the only way I can do it is I use the G drive. G drive.
Yeah.
And then so I just put it on there and then put a link.
Oh, Kane, did you know that there was a movie based from like out of Moscow called The Whale? Did you ever hear about that?
I've seen it's the comeback of the guy from what's his name?
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser, yeah.
Yeah, I never watched it.
No, he's a perv. He plays a big fat pedophile.
Yeah, something like that. I don't even know.
That's what
I was gonna watch it, just curious to see like if there's any like.
Do I look like a pedophile webshot or mugshot right now? Is that what you said? Why did you bring it up? All right, so Meanie Weenie is in the house, back from the flu. So happy to see her and Lala, and woke up 1984. Thank you guys. You guys mean the world to me. And Nicole Henziak, did I say that correctly? That's a new name to me. Welcome in. Thank you for joining our amazing chat here. What were you saying now, Jen? Oh, go ahead.
I don't even know what I was saying. I was talking about green stuff coming out of my
oh yeah, that's right.
lungs.
Yeah, I just got back from the hospital. I had to drive that old guy down to the hospital there. He was getting his thank you. Yeah, that's great. That's cool. Thank you.
What is Heather talking about?
Heather?
I don't know. She put a bunch of eggplant emojis in the chat.
Who did? I did?
No, Heather. I don't know what that word means. F-O.
I thought she liked power poles and not eggplant.
Lula? Chalili?
Lululili la la la. We got Angel BGB. She's got a lot of gigabytes. Yeah, Leslie Bill, I did say hello to you earlier. Peter Lyle.
Hi, Leslie Billy.
Leslie Billy, bad like.
Peter Lily?
And then it's your Telcal. My dear,
hey, Al.
my lovely. All right.
Al, no one knows. They have multiple personalities, allegedly. I don't know.
Who has multiple personalities?
Open Mind Perspectives, Doc Thrifty, whatever the hell that person was with 3 names.
Hey, I like Doc Thrifty. You get off Doc Thrifty, all right?
I don't know who that is. I'm just saying, why do you have to have 3 different people's names?
Well, the first time I saw him, he was reading the Bible. And he was interpreting the Bible, which was bomb. And then it was bomb.com. It was like this juice is the bomb.com. And so then he got into Idaho 4, and then he got really fixated on Eden Harsh.
I never watched him. I have no. I'm always
you might have seen it because he was really fixated on Eden Harsh for a while, and it was interesting. I liked he's a very smart guy. He's as sharp as a whip. But for some reason, he changed his name, and then, am I going on too long? All right, so I'm looking for the thing.
Baby.
I get a long breathed. Okay, so I'm also wet mouthed tonight.
Wet mouthed.
Wet mouthed, and you know,
I
like
thought I sent you something else good.
you did, and I'm looking for it. And that other one from that one from Rochelle was banging, right?
Banging. Yeah, and you know what? Listen, I saw a similar story
that old?
that was on Quora, or was it on Reddit? The one.
It was on Reddit, I think. It may have been through Quora. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I found one similar, like with the same kind of information.
Yeah.
So
I think we'd had something previously close to that.
Right.
But nothing close to that. That was like, wow. The videos thing was just like over the top. And I know that with a lot of these athlete guys and stuff like that, that there's a lot of that going along, and it's it's kind of always just kind of, they'll have girlfriends and stuff and wives, but it's under the surface, that whole world that I don't know, maybe those times in my life I was surfing or something, that thank God I didn't get involved in that. Because I would have loved it. No, I'm just kidding. Go on. Sorry.
No, so I
was that too loud?
For something, and I came across something else, like something from 4chan. Somebody posting all this like religious stuff. Mark 721.
Well, here, this is what you sent me on.
Did you ever look into the 4chan stuff?
The 4chan stuff, I didn't do too much. No, I mean, I've read it all. And was
that post that allegedly people were saying was from Schoalter?
Right. That,
you have it? You want me to send it to you?
Okay, if you want to. I think somebody talked about it today, but we can talk about it. That's what we're here for. CBI Crimes in the house. How are you, CBI Crimes? Doc Thrifty is my suspect. This is some funny stuff. I've had him pinned up there.
I don't even know. I feel so lost because I don't even know who Doc Thrifty is. No offense.
I
never watched.
He was going on. His thing was happening when we were doing Thought Riot, and it was like a simultaneous thing. And back then, no other creators really talked about other creators. I used to bring, and I thought it was such a hotshot, Mr. Giovanni or Pavarotti in there, and when he first started out. And it was an interesting, unique angle, because Lana had discussed the rugs thing, and as well as Bubbly Waters, but he had his own take on it, and he was a guilter then, or whatever you call him. Sorry, but
I found the Reddit post that's similar to what Rochelle sent you. You want me to read it?
You've been taking so many drugs today that you forgot you sent me this Carl Klein thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. So here, I'll disappear myself. Go ahead and just... Okay. I read more into it now, so I'm up to date, but get everybody else up to date on this one.
Okay, so I was just looking for something on Kaylee's Instagram, and I came across this comment that said, "Can anyone connect Carl Klein to Jack Schoalter?" And I'm like, who's this? So the person who made this comment is like some council chairperson or something. Go ahead and just go to the next screenshot I sent you with his page, Kane. The one that shows the guy TJ.
Yeah, it says it's the Office of General Counsel at U of I. Meet our people.
So Carl Klein is a UI attorney, but the guy who commented is also he's a politician in California. So I just found it kind of random.
And it's spelled the same way, right?
Yeah.
And what was the question he asked?
He just said, can anyone connect Schoalter to Carl Klein? And I just, being that it wasn't like a troll account, go show the guy's account. I sent you a screenshot of it. The fact that it's like a legit account account. This guy's like a politician. He's not like just some like, you know, kid in the basement. That's what kind of got my attention. No, there should be another screenshot I sent you. Go to the other one. Next. Yeah, that one. So that's this guy's page. Like, Thor Johnson is what TJ, San Clemente City Council. So he's like a legit person. Like, why would he say that, you know? I was wondering if I was going to message him, but I don't know.
So, why do you think he's asking that question?
Your guess is as good as mine. I just found this earlier. I just thought it was odd. And wait, I just saw that other comment. It said the Idaho Attorney General. I didn't realize that Carl Klein was the Attorney General. Hold on, let me Google that.
That who is?
Huh?
Who is?
The response to that guy's comment said he was Attorney General. Attorney General.
I see it now. Here, so it's possible that he holds a.
He's a Deputy Attorney General.
It's possible that he's also on the Board of Regents.
Right.
Senior Associate General Counsel. That sounds like a BS made up thing that you pay your buddies $2.5 million a year to do for you. Senior Associate General Counsel, Associate General Counsel. What counsel? It's just, you know, another income for you when you have to have everything and you can't give anything. So we also had something on the University of Phoenix today that was interesting. I don't know, was that you that sent me that one?
I sent you something, right?
And so let me find that. I apologize for the wait here. Okay, this one I think here. And so let me pull it back up. Not that one, this one. And so this is from the IDED News. We're paying the University of Phoenix related records. Here's why. Do you want to read this one, Jen?
No, I'm sick.
Aw. I'll get you.
Wait. Hold on. Dr. Thrifty's saying you'll be arrested soon. Keep running, bitch. Who the hell are you talking about? I'm blocking them. Liz Ox.
What happened?
You're in timeout. No calling names.
What happened? Okay, keep the peace in there, guys. Come on. There's enough of you.
Come on.
There's enough of you. Anyway, distraction. Okay. Anyway, thank you for being here and joining the show, though. You're welcome back in sometime. Just keep it peaceful. At Idaho Education News, we admittedly believe the public shouldn't have to pay for public records, especially when those records pertain to public spending. But at this time, am I too loud, Jen?
No, you're good. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up in chat.
That's all I wanted to hear. Okay. Anyway. As you might recall, we've been going back and forth with the University of Idaho for months on public records requests. Now, who is this? This is Kevin Richard. Is he a reporter? Who is asking for the records?
I believe this news.
Idaho Education News.
Yeah, this news source.
Okay.
Idaho Education something, whatever the website's called. Idaho Education News. There you go.
All right, and so they're asking for records, which would normally be a standard procedure to get. For some reason, they're having difficulties. Why are they seeking these records, Jen?
Because the Phoenix, what's it called? The Phoenix purchase.
Okay, so there is some suspicion on whether some of the bidders, the opposing bidders, were fake. Is that right? That's where the investigation starts. That the money was where the money came from, A, and then also that there was like for some reason a divergence in the other bids that were placed for the University of Phoenix, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why they're asking.
Heather's a real expert on this Phoenix stuff. I just found it and thought it was interesting because they're trying to prevent people from getting public records by trying to charge a ridiculous amount of money, which I don't understand how they could even get away with charging anything.
Oh, as far as the history of University of Phoenix?
No, well, they're trying to get like all the records pertaining to the purchase. Just read the article, you'll see.
Okay, all right, okay. So yeah, that makes sense. It's this. There is a senator, just to catch everybody up to speed. There is a senator that's calling BS on this transaction and the whole acquisition. And he's a state legislator. Is it Lopez?
Carl Klein. It says Carl Klein.
Right. Thank you.
I knew I had heard that name before, but look, it says,
I like it when people would catch up what I'm doing here.
I'm distracted. I'm trying to read all this nonsense in chat.
Take care of that. Just do your thing, guys. You got free wrench. Okay, so as you might recall, we've been going back and forth with the University of Idaho for months on public records requests and the U of I's attempt to bill ED News. Oh. Bear in mind, the U of I doesn't have to send us an invoice. State law allows public agencies to bill for labor costs exceeding 2 hours, but state agencies aren't required to do this, and many don't. Here's where we stand with U of I. Phoenix-related invoices. ED News has asked U of I for all invoices related to the proposed purchase of the University of Phoenix on January 10th. The U of I said it would cost $88.65 to compile these bills. Once you have paid the estimate and we have identified and gathered the responsive documents and better understand the volume of records that would need to be reviewed, we will be able to provide you with a further estimate for us to review the responsive records. Carl Klein of the U of I's Office General Counsel wrote. Emails to and from legislators on January 8th. ED News requested emails, texts, and other written communications with legislators. We narrowed the request to 2 agencies most likely to have newsworthy contact with elected lawmakers, President Scott Green's office, and the Office of Government Affairs. The U of I said it would need to review a whopping 1,374 potentially responsive records at a cost of $815. Carry the Project Neptune. Since November, we have been requesting emails, texts, and other public records containing the words Project Neptune, a code name for Phoenix. Wow. Really, Jen? Oh my gosh. Wow.
But you see that name Carl Klein in there too.
You what?
Carl Klein is mentioned in this article.
No, that's why I was asking you. But I think it's Gonzalez or Lopez, the senator's name. I apologize. Heather will probably help us out with that in a second. She's a little busy. Okay, we narrowed the request to Green's office and received a $344.23 invoice. And that's just cost to review all the emails, to determine their size, including the number of pages of any attachments, Klein wrote. Here
They're
again.
trying to discourage anybody looking into this. Like, it's obvious.
I mean, $800 for 1,000, that's...
What about $2,370? Like, what? That's crazy.
Look at that. They have a... Hold on. We can get a picture of the invoice. Oh, this is more... This is furthermore. This is a correction regarding the name state of the Boise... Okay, this looks further into Project Neptune. This is interesting. First off, it doesn't look like the U of I coined Project Neptune. Phoenix, a massive for-profit online school serving some 85,000 students, used Neptune as a code name as it quietly explored a possible sale to the University of Arkansas. So this is the correction. In February, the U of I began looking at a Phoenix purchase and soon latched onto the phrase preferred by the publicity-adverse private university because they have so many freaking lawsuits on him. So many, right?
Yeah.
Let me go back to the other one. Can you read for a little bit?
Yeah. Where'd you leave off?
I think we're here. No.
In February, the U of I began looking at a Phoenix purchase and soon latched onto the phrase, oh, you just read that part. U of I legal counsel, Kent Nelson, wait, where are you? Oh, what? That right there? Okay. We narrowed this request. What, you keep highlighting things. Okay.
Sorry.
We narrowed this request to Green's office and received a $344.23 invoice. And that's just the cost to review all the emails to determine their size, including the number of pages and any attachments. On Wednesday, Ed News paid $88.65 for the Phoenix-related invoices. We still believe the emails and the, quote, Project Neptune, and, quote, documents are in the public interest. We continue to oppose the U of I's billing practices, which delay and dissuade public records requests. It's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to just, get people to be like, we're not going to do it. It's too much money, too much trouble. This is their game. We also don't like the idea of walking away just because we're hitting some resistance. That runs counter to the tenets of watchdog journalism, reporting that holds public agencies accountable to the public. We believe the Phoenix invoices could give us, and give Idahoans, some insight into the behind-the-scenes costs of a proposed $685 million purchase. Even though U of I officials insist Phoenix will be a moneymaker, the public still has a right to follow the dollars, their dollars. The public has a right to know who's already making money on this transaction. We're committed to telling that story, even if we have to spend some of our own money to chase it.
That's crazy. It's just everything they do is shady. Is it really?
Basically.
You want to say no, we're wrong. Green's a nice guy. He's just got resting bitch face or something. But I mean, when you listen to him, I guess the only important thing in a business is U of I a for-profit school or is it non-profit?
Not for profit, I think.
I want to say it's state funded, so it's
it's state funded.
So whatever funding
I don't know, Heather's the expert on all that.
Heather is bringing up a good point, and I'm just gonna pin that. Okay. So what it really, guys, I mean, let's put bed knobs to broomsticks here. And just imagine that someone got there before the 12 p.m. Call for an unconscious person, which would be a very strange thing because, as we have found, that is one of the many codes for the police that don't get a report, right, Jen?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, we've seen it over and over again in Bubbly's. She does the police blotter all the time.
They did a report for a stolen box of cookies. They did a report for some stolen Pokemon cards.
But not the box of knives.
But not the box of knives.
The next day.
They did a report for like a barking dog, I believe.
We're looking for a knife murder weapon, but we found a box of knives. Has nothing to do with it.
Across the street from where the murders happened, but no report. Like, what? It's just crazy.
So I wonder.
A stolen box of cookies. Like, are you kidding me?
There has to be more. My whole point, and I'm going to leave the Schoalter thing into bed after this, is that the chances of maybe him having a temper and going ballistic and it getting covered up, there seems this whole thing seems to be at least more than one person. There's too much commotion, right. even if let's say Brian was a ninja and he was able to silence two people
with one leg because he only left one footprint.
What?
He's a ninja with one leg, like a pirate ninja.
Right, with one arm tied behind his
And
back.
he's got like a Swiffer attachment on the other leg, so he can like clean up as he goes out.
In 7 minutes. So,
But
my
he's stupid enough to bring his phone in his car. I mean, come on.
my impression on this case has been not that people came in, but that somebody was already there.
I agree with that.
And
I agree.
they popped out, in the most horrifying way possible. And there wasn't a soul in that house that didn't know what's going on. Because let's say that Brian is a ninja and he was able to puncture a lung or something like this to silence the victim. Even then, if I get stabbed, you're not going to pass away. You are going to flail.
On at least one person. You're not going to defend yourself and be quiet the entire time. Like, come on.
You are going to flail, and obviously there was defensive wounds on Kaylee, and Xana, right? And so
I mean, I don't know. Allegedly it was Xana, but maybe Kaylee. I don't know for a fact. So
that's what her father said, right? That she tried to defend herself, and the coroner did say that the two of them tried to defend themselves, even though they were asleep in their beds. Where was I? Colder Covered paid me a compliment. I got all blushy and flushy. But the most horrific way possible. And so, even if he had silenced them, they're going to be flailing. That's a small room with a bed barely fit in there, right? You're going to be hitting the walls. You're going to be kicking whatever you can do with whatever energy you have left, whoever the first victim was. And if it's somebody's here and then the boyfriend is in the other room and one's in here, you're going to hear what you would hear on the Linda Lane tape, whether anyone wants to give that any credibility. The problem with the Linda Lane tape, that it doesn't appear in the PCA. It doesn't, as far as the audio goes, it doesn't look like there was any effort taken as much as we've put into it. That's for sure, with like True Killer Crime and looking at every single detail.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat. Rochelle, I saw that. There was an episode, this series called Houses of Horrors or something like that. Greek Life. I don't know. They were talking about a University of Alabama, I believe. There's this like secret group, society called the Machine, and they I can't even explain it. Rochelle, you explain it.
There's like the cleanup crew.
They basically run things.
Are they okay? So the Machine
Let me see if I can find a clip or something on YouTube.
Because
somewhere.
you have to think that if the fraternity was the first one contacted,
right?
There's a reason for that, and also there is a reaction to that, and so people are assigned, let's say, a position in that fraternity, or they're hired by the fraternity to do the wolf thing, like in Pulp Fiction, right?
They have alumni that are assigned to the house as the dad. I don't know, something like that. Based on what I've looked into, I don't know for a fact, obviously, but people gotta realize, the same way a 1% biker club, they have, you have president, vice president, you have the, sergeant arms, you have different roles. They have assigned roles in the fraternity just as well. Same way you're not supposed to wear colors of a motorcycle club. Same thing with Sigma Chi. Unless it's a member approved. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go around wearing Sigma Chi, shit. It's very organized. It's like a world within a world. They have their own rules, their own laws, their own judge, jury, and executioner. I mean, yeah, and a faculty member, maybe just a faculty member. Sorry, I'm reading Rochelle's chat. the Pan-Hellenic and the IFC bylaws and stuff. It's crazy. Like, they have a lot of pull.
So yeah, so the key thing would be the reference I was making was to Pulp Fiction. Do you remember the wolf?
Yes, yeah, the cleaner, yeah.
Harvey Keitel played the wolf, and when there was a problem, you called the wolf to come in and clean it up and take care of. And I could fully see that in, you know, you have a president of your fraternity, them having a regent for that fraternity at the ready to be like, okay, this is how we handle it. I'm sending the wolf. Oh, you know, that's all you had to say. And then they come in. They had many hours of, I mean, it's ridiculous how many hours they would have had. And what the wolf also does is get everybody's story straight in case there's any Johnny Laws that approach us along the way.
Right. And I fully believe that's what they have in these Greek organizations.
And we can't say, oh no, the Moscow Police Department is so autonomous of the university, they would never help them cover anything up violent like that. I mean, you look at Timmy Reed and tell me that wasn't complete BS as far as civilians go. If it had been a law enforcement related person, that person wouldn't have made it through the night. Period. Point blank period. Point blank period. End of story. And so
I'm trying to find a video to send you about the machine. Hold on.
Well, I want to play one of yours, and I think this is one of yours. And this is a good one. And Bubbly Waters, I know a lot of people have been kind of not over, but a lot of people have been playing this one.
I just posted a link in chat about the machine.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, check. Lala had a great... My sister went to Bama, too. And I'll be honest with you, she came back. It didn't turn out well. So whatever happened, she was very involved in the sororities there and the fraternities. It didn't end well. I don't know what. We've never discussed it. I don't know, but it looks like if Lala has something related to share on that would be really amazing. I know they take everything, partying seriously, everything. But do you recognize this? This is a good video. So let me play this just in between while Jen sends that.
No, I posted it already, but whenever you play
yeah.
Pull it up
I see
video.
it. Okay. Here, let me play this real quick.
I think the world is curious about that November 13th day, the day you found out in the phone call. Are you able to talk about that?
Yeah, that day is that day was started out actually started out as a very odd Sunday in the first place because he was sick, and he's never, ever, 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 ever sick. Never been to the hospital in my entire life. And it wound up being Ramsey Hunt. So he had like this crazy rash on his face that started in his ear all the way down the nerve. And that morning woke up with his face all swelled up and was like, there's something wrong. I think I actually need to go to urgent care. And I was like, that's crazy. If you're saying that, this is serious. So that's how the morning started out. So came home. They diagnosed him with Ramsey Hunt, and he was in a lot of pain. But our son came over, and they were watching the football game, and
I'm very sorry to meet you this way. What do you want people to know about your sister?
Yeah, I think the most important thing to know about Kaylee is she was a go-getter and she was an absolute fighter. And I want people to take this personally because she was everyone's daughter. You know, she's the neighbor, she's the friend. You know, she was the girl who made your coffee in the morning. And everyone should be taking this personally.
So we're taking it personally, and it doesn't make any sense, certainly not to you. In terms of what you understood about your sister's life, was there any threat that she had ever had? Was there anybody who was coming after her on social media? Did she have a past, a problem with a boyfriend or a friend? Anything to inform why somebody would do something so violent to her, her friend, her other roommate, and her boyfriend?
Absolutely. There's nothing. There's no boy problem. There's no threat. There's no high-risk lifestyle that could have indicated this. It has taken all of us completely by shock, and we have absolutely no ideas.
It is a piece of potential evidence everybody is talking about online. The glove that the police almost missed. It was dropped, or it was thrown out outside the home where the 4 college students were stabbed to death in Moscow.
Am I playing this whole? I'm not playing this whole freaking video. What is this?
No, I guess not.
All right. We're gonna play the machine one here. This is an article, right?
Yeah, I'll read it.
All right. What is the machine in Bama Rush? Everything to know. Hold on, wait till I close this stupid ad here. 59 seconds. Close, there it is. Everything to know about the controversial society. The Max documentary, Bama
You want to
Rush.
read it or you want me to read it?
I'll let you read it. I'm just reading the title.
Oh, okay.
The Max documentary, Bama Rush, sheds light on the secret. Are we fighting? You're picking up the kids tomorrow. That's it. I'll be in the hot tub with my girlfriend. Sheds light on the secretive University of Alabama society. The Machine. Okay, so Lala's familiar with this, and she posted a link too. I'm going to copy that link. Sweetie, thank
I wasn't
you.
looking in chat.
Let me. Well, you know what? I'll
Am I
do
reading it?
I'll do it in a minute. No, go ahead. Right here. This is, and this is the group there, I guess, of the sorority sisters at Bama.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I guess so.
Can you read that? Okay.
Yep. Okay, in August 2021, videos of sorority recruitment at the University of Alabama, where more than 2,500 potential new members compete for spots in 19 houses, began to flood TikTok. The clips of Alabama's Rush Week under the hashtags Bama Rush and Bama Rush Talk quickly went viral and even spawned a Max documentary on the phenomenon. The documentary, titled Bama Rush, promises to provide a more in-depth look at the highly competitive world of sorority recruitment and Greek life at the university. In the process, the film also sheds light on The Machine, a not-so-secret organization at the university with a history of influence and, at times, controversy. The Machine The Machine operates under the guise of being a secret society, but their power and presence has been well documented at the University of Alabama for decades. The underground organization is reportedly made up of representatives from the school's top sororities and fraternities, and controls everything from on-campus politics to homecoming court elections. A peek at their influence is seen in the trailer for Bama Rush, when a social media comment appears on the screen that reads, "The machine will stop this." When the students participating in the documentary are asked if they have heard of the machine, their response is quick and blunt. "We shouldn't talk about that."
Wow.
However, their hesitation to speak on camera about the secret society is warranted. In 2022, the New York Times reported that Marina Anderson, a potential new member, PNM, was dismissed from Alabama's sorority recruitment that year over suspicions that she had been recording while inside a house, which is strictly prohibited.
Wow.
So what exactly is the machine at the University of Alabama? Here's a complete look at the controversial secret society from its beginnings over a century ago to its troubled history over the years.
I'll read the title. You take a little sip of tea or something. The Machine is a chapter of Theta Nu Epsilon that dates back to 1914. Big surprise. Okay. I guess, is that... Theta Nu Epsilon is a sorority, I guess. Okay.
I don't know.
And you want to continue?
Read it already? You done? In 1914, a University of Alabama student named Joseph Lister Hill founded the school's Student Government Association and simultaneously created a secret fraternity to control it, the Bitter Southerner reported. That underground society was officially a chapter of Theta Nu Epsilon, a national fraternity that began in 1870 at Wesleyan, whatever the hell, university.
Wesleyan.
I never heard of that. Unofficially, though, it earned the nickname "The Machine" from the school newspaper, the Crimson White, for its political domination at the university. I think it's similar to like at UI they have the I Club. Remember how seeing the mention of the I Club in those old articles? It's kind of like the same thing. Like they're like the enforcers. Where was I? According to a 1992 Esquire cover story on the machine, the purpose of Theta Nu Epsilon was to select student leaders and decide campus affairs behind closed doors, since, quote, secrecy guaranteed selfless leadership, end quote. The machine shares its roots with other infamous secret societies, including Skull and Bones at Yale University, which inspired the 2000 film The Skulls, starring Paul Walker and Joshua Jackson. Never heard of it. But while many chapters of Theta Nu Epsilon fizzled out by the 1960s, the machine grew in power and influence, according to Esquire. According to a 2011 report by the Crimson White, the machine has representatives from 28 almost exclusively white fraternities and sororities, reportedly 2 from each house, 1 older and 1 younger. The members of the machine reportedly secretly select and endorse candidates for the Student Government Association, allegedly influencing how members of Greek life vote in campus-wide elections. As a result, the underground society manages to control almost all student government offices, Esquire reported.
All right, Jen. Save your voice. You're killing us. I feel terrible.
Screw you, then.
No. It's just because Lala put a link for a documentary about it.
Then play it.
You poor little baby. I'm sorry.
I'm such a baby and I'm sick. I gotta go chuck some NyQuil. Hold on. Dayquil.
Well, we'll need you again, so
Dayquil.
We'll rest your voice. No, not now. You take your NyQuil and get some sleep, you. All right.
Sleep? What's that?
Ooh, this looks good. All right.
Ooh,
Just chug it. Chug it. That's what we used to do to hide from the ghosts. All right.
There's just something about Alabama that's different.
We play the game so well that we don't even know we're playing it.
It is as if they can find no black person who's ever qualified and no job for which a white male isn't qualified.
But you don't know who they are. Part of secret societies is that factor you just don't know.
They become dismantled because you work hard to defeat them.
No one's going to lift a finger if they don't have to.
Those who have the goal make the rules.
Wow, okay. You had another one too, I think, Lala, right? Was there, did you have two links in there? She sent me Vimeo. Heather's got one. Let me open that bad boy. For the life of me, I can't get to playing all of Heather's videos. She's got so many good ones out there right now. Oh yeah, this is about the cliff. We can listen to it. Let's see that.
Attempt to offload shady for-profit college runs into trouble. The University of Idaho wants to buy the University of Phoenix for $685 million. Some Idaho lawmakers are starting to sour on the deal. A political storm is brewing in Idaho. At stake is whether America's higher education system will continue to serve as a host organism to parasitic for-profit colleges on the hunt for buyouts. Last spring, the University of Idaho, one of the oldest land-grant schools, announced a proposed takeover of the University of Phoenix, which has been the subject of numerous federal investigations and lawsuits for deceptively recruiting students with the promise of a useful degree and providing them with worthless diplomas. Because of its financial and legal troubles, Phoenix's majority owner, the private equity firm Apollo Global Management, has been looking to unload the distressed asset for over 2 years now, without success, until the University of Idaho's president Scott Green swooped in. The deal would reward Phoenix and Apollo's malpractice with a $685 million taxpayer bailout, potentially shielding the college from further legal repercussions for its predatory recruitment practices. This kind of arrangement has become a pattern in recent years. For-profit colleges under siege by regulators are trying to hide under non-profit status to escape potential lawsuits. They can qualify for more state and federal subsidies as well. Several state universities playing along with the scheme are poisoning the public well of higher ed, as Higher Education Inquirer writer Don Shaulis has put it. The U of Idaho/Phoenix deal faces a number of outstanding financial questions, in particular about the lucrative consulting fees given to President Green's former employer. This past fall, a group of senators, including Elizabeth Warren, DMA, and Dick Durbin, DEAL, sent a letter to Green, calling for him to reconsider the deal. We are concerned that UI's acquisition will allow Phoenix to continue to abuse students under the guise of a trusted, public university, the letter read. Nonetheless, the deal has been approved by the Idaho Board of Education and endorsed by Governor Brad Little. But earlier this month, a legal counsel for the state legislature issued an assessment, arguing that the Board of Education has no authority to purchase a for-profit school. The council recommended blocking the deal, which never sought the legislature's approval in the first place. The board is attempting to escape its constitutional and statutory limitations by recreating itself as a private corporation, wrote Legislative Counsel Elizabeth Bowen. If the board's conduct is allowed to stand, an incredibly dangerous precedent would be set. Idaho Attorney General Raul Labrador has been filing legal challenges against the Board of Education for months, because of closed meetings it held to hide financial details of the purchase. Labrador is squaring off against his political opponent, Governor Little, who supports the takeover. Little beat Labrador in the highly contentious 2018 Republican primary for governor, and it's rumored Labrador might want to challenge him again in the 2026 governor's race. This battle royale between political adversaries is dividing the state, and it all came to a head with a series of contentious legislative hearings last week grilling President Green. Then, last Friday, the Idaho State House Affairs Committee voted unanimously to move forward a resolution demanding the Board of Education reconsider its deal or potentially face a lawsuit from the legislature. TTHE business model of the for-profit college industry was built on promising upward mobility to low-income individuals, single parents, and other vulnerable communities in order to tap public funds. The industry was bringing in about $33 billion in federal dollars per year, with up to 90% of the revenue coming from government-backed student loans. A rule known as 90/10 was supposed to cap how much schools could rely on government loans, requiring at least 10% of revenue to come from other sources. But a since-reformed loophole allowed them for many years to circumvent the regulation by pursuing veteran students for GI Bill funds, which didn't count under the cap, so for-profit schools targeted them aggressively. The University of Phoenix was among the worst actors in the industry in this regard. In 2019, Phoenix settled a massive fraud case with President Donald Trump's Federal Trade Commission and agreed to pay $191 million for deceptive practices. Thousands of consumer complaints alleged that the university used false advertising to recruit students by claiming to have partnerships to set them up for jobs with big companies like AT&T, Microsoft, and Yahoo. While engaging in fraudulent advertising and urging students to take on loans, the school then provided low-quality courses and sported an extremely low graduation rate. Since purchasing Phoenix in 2017, Apollo has used the same tactics it employs for other distressed companies before selling them off. Phoenix shut down 80 associate degrees and almost entirely closed down its physical campuses, turning the school into a lean, mostly online college with just 127 instructors for over 90,000 students. Once regulators put for-profit colleges in their crosshairs, schools were exposed to massive legal risks. The Biden administration...
That, without a doubt, just clearly demonstrates that everything they do is shady, dude. He's the figurehead of this university, and he's a bad actor. And you don't have to listen to him backwards to figure that out. You know? And look at this freaking case, Jen. We're all stuck here. Everybody wants to move on with their lives. We all thought we could figure, even if they weren't going to give us anything, they could figure it out in a week or a month or 2 months. And we didn't see down the road, and then they postponed the trial now. Oh, Lord. And so, in the meantime, this has given the people around the case an opportunity to show us who they are. And they've done that, haven't they?
Sure have.
So, God, I wonder, man, now, I really do, it's like you have to go with your gut, was I saying at the beginning of the podcast. The thing is, can we have gone with the internet's gut about Schoalter?
I don't have any weird vibe towards him, honestly. I don't think he's involved. At the most, maybe he was supposed to keep them away from the house for something, but I don't think he knew what was going to happen.
I think he knew what was going to happen.
I don't think he knew.
Maybe he fled in fear because he wasn't a part of Sigma Chi.
I think he was. If he is involved at all, this is just my theory, speculation. If he is involved at all, I
put a disclaimer.
He was told something else, keep him away from the house,
He stayed. He left right away. Did he get an interview? Did he ever get an interview? Is he ever going to be called as a witness? Listen,
we don't even know for a fact that that's him at the grub truck, which is why I hesitate to I really didn't even look into him, to be honest, because unless I can find something factual that's definitely him, I wasn't going to waste my time. It's a blurry video. You can't even really verify that it's him. I don't know where that.
I don't think you could find one person in this room right now that wouldn't agree that was Jack Schoalter.
I guess it could be, but where did it come from? Where did his name first pop out? We can't say that
he was at the corner club with them. We know that.
You can't see the person's face.
When he takes his hoodie off, you can see him.
Not enough to say that's definitely him. He also kind of looks like Maddie's boyfriend.
I'm going to go with it with Schoalter. Anyway.
I need to see more, because I have no room in my
This is coming from somebody who's watched Grub Truck 700 This is coming from someone who watched Grub Truck 7,000 times too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and I cannot say for a fact that it's him.
I won't argue with you about it, but you got a point. That's a good point. But we do know, don't we know that Schoalter was the one with them that night?
We don't know for a fact, unless someone can show me something. Because maybe because I was in the bebeginning, I didn't start following the case till like maybe.
Well, okay, so I guess I'm confusing Main Street media with facts.
I would love to know where did his name come from originally? You know what I'm saying? Like what's the source that first named him is what I would love to know.
Well, and also you have, the perfect witness in Murphy, that somebody at some point had to pick him up and either put him in that room or do whatever, because obviously a crime was about to happen.
I mean, let's be realistic here. It doesn't make any sense that Kaylee and Maddie would choose to be in a small ass bed and leave Murphy by himself. No way. No one can ever change my mind on that. I think Kaylee was in her room with Murphy. Maddie was in her room. Something happened. Maybe Kaylee heard something. Maybe they came up from the basement or something, made some noise. Kaylee heard something, closed the door behind her, went to go wake up Maddie. Maybe Maddie was drunk. Like waking up a drunk person is kind of hard. Maybe she made a little too much noise, and multiple people downstairs heard them, and one person said to the other person, like, it's okay, I'm going to help you. Meaning, I'm going to go upstairs and help. I don't know. That's the only thing that makes sense. Kaylee would not have just left Murphy by himself, and I don't see anybody, like, moving him and putting him in Kaylee's room. And if that's the case, then that means...
You don't leave your dog by itself. You don't do it.
Right. Listen, Kaylee didn't even want to leave the dog over at her parents' house for the weekend while she went to Moscow. You're really telling me, like, no way in hell she would have left the dog. No way in hell. No way in hell. They could have just left in Kaylee's bed, a bigger bed, and had Murphy with her. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, dogs think in a pack mentality, right? So if you're leaving the dog, then the dog's gonna trip out if he knows you're in the other room. He's like, why am I, And so you're just gonna leave him there to sleep. Obviously,
it makes no sense.
Somebody made the point that Murphy is a no-shed dog. Is that right?
Yeah, it's because it's a golden doodle, right? Golden doodle. Poodles don't shed. Well, I mean, obviously their hair falls out, but if they don't shed, they don't go through a shedding process.
It's not like a Labrador or a golden retriever that leave their hair everywhere.
So, yeah, that's why, like, I dog sit for a dog that looks just like Murphy, and I would say, I'm like, this dog, he's perfection. That dog is perfection, because he doesn't, like, he's just like the most chill dog, and then on top of it all, he doesn't shed, like, perfection.
But yeah, it's no shed means that, hair's still going to come off when you touch him. Point blank, period.
I mean, right, if hair might fall out, but it doesn't, if there's no shedding process, like, the shedding, same way we have a whole process,
Right, yeah. Like pit bulls shed a little bit, but it's, you can brush it out, it's not that bad.
Right. It's not like a constant shed. It's
Doberman, same way.
Not like
they have an oily coat, and the first days where it is, but you pet it and then some stuff comes up. Anyway, so the thing is,
not even that bad.
Before I forget, hold on.
102 watching and 53 likes. That's not good. Come on.
Thank you, Lala. It's okay, you guys. I appreciate everybody being here. The thing is, had that dog not been put in the room, and it was in the house at the time, and considering that the unalivings happened in the house, all those put together, the first thing that dog would have done is run to its owner and lick its face and see if it was okay. And so one would assume that the dog would have been covered in blood.
Right, I mean...
And so also the same goes, despite the awful bad penny smell, when it was released from the room later or whatever, it would do the same thing. It would find its owner and jump up on them. So this dog was put there before and taken out and carried out after. It only makes sense, right?
Yeah, agreed. Rochelle and Happy Hounds made comments. Rochelle said, it's like if you have a girl over, a hair or two might be there when she leaves. That's the equivalent of the shedding. And then Happy Hound said, poodles do not shed. This is why they have to be shaved. Their hair grows and grows and grows. Look up corded poodles. Their hair is corded all the way to the ground and trimmed.
Yeah,
there's no shedding cycle, like a hair cycle,
we have that.
But it doesn't shed out.
We got a poodle groomer over here across the street next to the wax shack. You remember my bike rides? Yeah, you got to groom a poodle. I mean, but I see they have long hair, whatever, it doesn't shed. I get it.
Right.
But anyway, whatever you think on that.
So you know that EMS didn't go inside the house, right? You know
that's the thing that has been overlooked a lot. That to me speaks volumes. And it says.
My point is, if it was so obvious for LE to be able to declare them dead without even getting a medical professional, then it should have been that obvious.
That's what lends
made a phone call.
Well, that's what lends credence to my. They got there before noon. Maybe just a campus police officer.
Maybe they were there already from the night before.
Or even that. But if you have something where they arrived at the same time, because the call was placed, I believe the firehouse is about 4 minutes away, and the PD is about 2 minutes away. Is that correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. I thought you were talking about students.
I heard Kane talking. It's like the Peanuts.
I'm sick. Be quiet. I'm sick. Be quiet.
So you have them arriving more or less at the same time, within minutes of each other.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean, you had a 911 call placed, right? And the EMS comes out for an unconscious person. More importantly than the police, an unconscious person would be a call for EMS.
Allegedly.
I put a disclaimer at the beginning. Don't worry, we're fine. They arrived there more or less the same time, and it was the fire department, I believe, not a private ambulance service.
Brian Nickerson, I think is his name, the chief.
And so the police somehow in 2 minutes had wrapped up the whole case and said, we don't need you, get out of here.
Well, they dropped this shelter in place after 45 minutes. So that tells me something was definitive enough for them not to, worry about the safety of the students. I mean, let's be real. Because Green would not risk having any kind of bad publicity by,
Well, maybe the second that Green got wind of it, he said, drop that. It's going to scare people.
We're good. That's a one-off. We're good.
You know?
They were told, first of all, I want to know what they were doing for 4 hours, because on the PCA, if we're going to believe it, it says that when Payne arrived, the ISP was preparing to process the crime scene or something like that. Not the exact words, but they were preparing to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what was going on for those 4 hours? What were they doing?
They were. Well, here's the video that I meant to play earlier with the drone video, and I seem to have misplaced it temporarily. Did you ever find your thing that you lost, by the way?
My card?
Yeah.
Nope. I gotta order another one. Thank you for reminding me. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, that sucks. I lost mine one time, and it turned out to be in the hatchback area. I don't know. I ended up finding it.
I lose mine all the time, and half the time they end up in my jean pocket.
Yeah, no, that's the first place you check, right? Whatever shorts you wore yesterday or whatever.
No, it wasn't there. I think I left it at Panera Bread in Virginia.
So FFS, I'll pin this for you here, Jen. FFS brings an interesting point to the table if you think. And she says they knew it wasn't a spree unaliver. Where is it? Where'd it go? Chat. Who am I? Andrea Burkhart? They knew it wasn't a spree unaliver because no other attacks happened. So they were able to drop the shelter in place.
I mean,
how do you know in 45 minutes
they left the shelter in place
if there wasn't going to be more attacks?
When there was a guy with a knife.
It was because they knew
or whatever.
something they're not saying. It's they what in the world? What? I'm sorry. I appreciate your opinion. Thank you. I find fallacy in that opinion. A lot of it. How do they know?
The knife like a month before.
I mean, you just walked into the most horrific crime scene, the most messy crime scene of your life, and 45 minutes later, so no, it's fine, everything's good. There's only 4 down.
And listen, the lead detective hadn't even arrived on scene yet. Like, who made that determination?
The lead detective, the scapegoat. It was a new guy. When all this unravels, they'll be, okay, he's retired. You know, you got Payne was new. You got, so many things. What are you going to do? Burn the state down at that point? When we realized, they were lying, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
I mean, listen, if that was my kid, that's what I would do. I'm burning the whole town down.
I tell you. Warriors. No. These are all allegedly not our opinions at all. We are just robots.
Just telling a story.
We are the Thought Riot robots. I am actually Brendan.
Do you know about the guy that pulled a knife and like made threatened somebody?
What if I had one of those $1,000 masks and I pulled off my face and I was Brendan? You guys would lose.
Oh, like those like realistic masks.
Yeah, they're like $1,000. The government ones are much more expensive.
There's got to be an AI app that can make it look
you can literally, I could pull it. Look, if I was buddies with Brendan, he'd be like, "Come on over, get out of the FBI, come on over for a little while."
Green Apple, but they did a report for a stolen box of cookies. Don't forget that.
Yeah, Green Apple Juicy's got another one.
Just ignore me.
I'm loving the chat tonight so much. My chat is my favorite thing, and I wish. You know what, Jen?
I'm gonna cut you and bury you, and I'll hide you in my trunk, and I'll help everybody look for you.
In the suitcase.
Yeah.
You just put me on the roof rack, and everybody can just wave. Show us your tits.
I'm a taxidermy your ass.
All right.
But did you hear what I asked you? You know that? Remember that there was a guy who threatened some students on, I think, Arboretum or the Paradise Path or something, like a month before the murders.
No. Tell me more about that.
You didn't know about that?
I might have heard, but there's so many things in this case.
So there was a vandal alert approximately a month prior. Hold on, I'll find the link. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I have to double check, but the vandal alert was the shelter in place for some guy with a knife making a threat to other students was for like hours. Was there for hours, at least over an hour.
Okay.
But then 4 people get murdered and you lift it after 45 minutes? Like, what?
Oh, really?
I'm going to find it. Hold on. I'm looking for it right now.
I wouldn't fit in a suitcase to begin with anyway.
Listen, I was thinking that, but I wasn't going to
it would have to be like a super Samsonite.
Here we go.
You could probably splay me out on the roof rack, though. I'm flying.
Okay, found the article. Let me post it.
Happy hounds! Wow.
Okay, I just posted a link to the about the knife threat vandal alert.
Awesome. All right, I was just playing some Crew Killer for us real quick. Her stuff that she was having issues like I had with the Kopaka, which is why I wanted to do it if we have time tonight. It's only 11. See, all my clocks aren't set back, so I got this whole extra hour, and everybody's like, "Party at Kane's house, woo!"
And we started early tonight too.
Did we? I was a little late, and I felt bad for wasting everybody's time. This is
bad.
Surprisingly, I was a little nervous. I was like, I wanted to play the T.O.E.S stuff, and then and I had more T.O.E.S stuff I wanted to play, and then I wanted to play Casper West and your stuff, and God forbid I get to Heather Fitzgerald stuff. I mean, Lord have mercy.
I know, I gotta catch
There's some stuff that has 8,000-10,000 views, and then there's stuff that has 0 views, because you have to she's like Bubbly Waters now. She's been putting out so much stuff. Oh my gosh.
I know. I gotta catch up with other stuff. Thank you.
I know, really.
Me.
I'm like, oh, I feel
took a
bad.
break this weekend.
My hardworking producer. Well, you take it easy, lady, and you get yourself some
I
more
took a
rest.
YouTube break this weekend. I didn't even check YouTube.
Wow, you must have been flipping out.
I need every once in a while I have to do that with this case because I start to want.
You're right.
I start wanting to Baker act myself, and that's when I need.
It's nice to get back out into the real world once in a while, and I know Woke Up 1984 does it sometimes.
Yeah, I need a break from this case every once in a while because it's too much.
Voice and his voice smooth, or toes and his voice smooth like caramel, baby. Like caramel, baby.
He's got the BDE. You know what that is?
BB what?
BDE, big energy.
Is that what you get? Is that what you're picking up when he's laying down? Okay, I didn't.
BDE all day. BDE.
I've heard the song before. I think. Oh man, I have so many funny things in my head. I always want to say. It's like you know how you meet somebody from France. You're like, oh, you guys have the Eiffel Tower. And then, you meet somebody from China, like, you got the Great Wall. And it came up because some guy met somebody from Belgium or something. And he's like, yeah, oh, you're from the United States? That's where Bon Jovi's from. And the guy's like, Bon Jovi? It feels like we had so much more to offer than Bon Jovi. But that's what you do when you meet somebody from England. You're like, Big Ben, Parliament, And then he's like, yeah, but then I was like, oh, you're from Canada.
Maple syrup.
It was just silent, though. Anyway, you win with maple syrup. Anyway, where were we, Jen? What did we do? We're goofing off again.
Oh, I posted a link to something. I forget what.
You did?
The knife threat.
Can I trust it? Can I trust this link?
Yes, you can trust it.
Okay.
I'm not reading it because you made fun of my voice, so screw you.
I didn't make fun of your voice. I was trying to give you a break, man.
Listen, if I need a break, I'll tell you I need a damn break. I'm not a quitter.
I'm not a cleaner either. All right, let's see here. University of Idaho issued knife threat warning weeks before. 4 students stopped. The warning, described as a threat with knife, reported that a group of students had been walking through the Okay, I remember this. When a man threatened them with a knife. Yeah, I forgot it was at University of Idaho, though. The group of University of Idaho students were allegedly threatened with a knife by a man dressed all in black just weeks before fellow students were unalived in a grisly unaliving at the small college. The university's security issued a vandal alert to students and staff back on September 12th, a month before, warning them about an assailant armed
2 months
with...
before.
Say again?
September is more than a month before.
October, November. Yeah, you're right. More than a month is what I meant to say. The warning, described as a knife threat, reported the group of students had been walking through the campus when the man threatened them. The Moscow Police Department received a report. Blah, 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 blah. They were threatened. It doesn't say. Okay. How long did the warning last?
You just want me to make it easy for you, huh?
More or less, yeah. Guilty.
Wait, hold on real quick. This is a quote from that article. It says, Blaine Eccles told reporters that the September incident unfolded when a group of students encountered a man, quote, not affiliated with the university. Of course not, right? Of course not.
It's like they have a comedy writer. It really freaking is, dude. Oh my god.
I've seen conflicting stories about whether he was identified or not, because it says here that he turned himself in, but then I saw other articles where they didn't know who it was, but anyway.
Ironically, all dressed in black.
Right. Like, come on.
At an off-campus after-hours incident. Yeah, so read on.
No, I'm looking for the vandal alert. The exact timing of it. Hold on.
Me too.
You too?
Good
Me
man.
3.
And I still haven't found what Too Fast for Fleas is looking for.
What the heck? Half-naked dead woman found in trash as cops suspect she was dumped by partygoers. I love, finding random,
Oh, did you hear about that? The one that happened in Tampa where the girl from USF.
This is in Staten Island.
Oh, in Staten Island. Does anybody live in Staten Island?
You know, we love to just randomly go random.
It's time for tunes, bro.
This is crazy. This is crazy. How are they saying that there's no indication of trauma, but she was found in a garbage can dead and naked? Like, I doubt those natural causes.
Well, we played a lot of stuff. There was the one with the guys chasing the guy on the bike. There was, frat members never do these kind of things. No. And they don't get covered up for.
Oh, shit. Okay, so let me read this. This is a total random tangent, but...
Yeah, got it.
Okay. A half-naked woman was found dead in a garbage can on Staten Island, New York, on the morning of October 21st. The woman, who was thought to be in her 30s, was found in a trash can in Port Richmond's 240 block of Huberton Avenue. I used to live in Staten Island, so it's just interesting to me. Despite having security footage of the incident, the home's landlord told a local news source that he didn't recognize the woman who was discovered. The woman who was discovered only covered up to her waist has not yet been named in the media as of October 21st. According to officials, she had been wrapped in a blanket. Daily News was affirmed by NYPD source that they believe the woman died from a drug overdose. I can't talk. The source was also informed by detectives that they suspect that after she overdosed, someone may have dumped her body in the trash since they were unsure of what to do with it. The found woman has been tentatively recognized according to police. They're trying to get in touch with her family. Blah, 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 blah. After the body was found, the landlord spoke with Daily News. The individual, who wished to only be known as Joe, claimed to have seen the incident unfold on his cameras. The woman was apparently seen being dragged out of an apartment house inside the house by one man, who then abandoned her in the driveway. My cameras picked up everything, Joe said. But I find it funny that the cops were saying, the cop source is saying something like, oh, she just, she just overdosed. But
well, it's funny. Outside. Yeah, she was walking around half naked too, right?
Right.
There used to be, like when I was a kid, back in the 20s, there would be a lot more reports like that of crimes. They'd find a body half dressed, this type of thing. Doesn't it seem now that more of the crimes are like school shootings and mass things and stuff like that, where it's a call to attention, more as like somebody trying to get their rocks off or something like that. That's and there was one in Tampa where a USF student had her baby in the bathroom and then dumped it either in the John or in the trash can. That was this week. And it's like, man, I don't know if it's because there's so many good kids.
Allegedly.
that are millennials. There really are. I've seen plenty of them. They're smart. They're gifted. They're talented in many ways. They appreciate the history. They love history of music and everything. And then you have this other side that I can only assume that it's from so many broken households, which was a goal of the socialists, is to break up the family. And now we're stuck with the consequences. And they're eating the dogs, Jen. They're eating the cats.
Ew.
Oh
my God! Speaking of eating, oh my God! I found a really weird article.
I thought you were going to talk about the wedding. Speaking of eating cats.
Hold on.
It was a Vietnamese wedding. Oh man.
Okay, so
hello to my Vietnam viewers.
I'm not gonna email it to you. I'm just gonna read it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So weird. Where the hell is it? Hold on, I gotta find it. Another effort. Okay. This is October 2nd, 1925. Hold on. 1925. This is in the Argonaut. It says, this article titled "High Price of Dogs Due to Pedigrees." More dogs per dog, the slogan of food dispensers at the University of Oregon, has recently resulted and a material drop in the high price of hamburgers.
Oh,
Reports
no.
Students at the University of Oregon received 2 hamburgers for 15 cents, while students in the Idaho campus pay 15 cents for 1 hamburger. According to investigations, however, the price of hamburgers in Moscow is not due to any lack in the supply of canines, but rather to the fact that the local dispensers desire to furnish Idaho students with the finest pedigreed hamburgers. The F, right? I can't tell if they're joking or not.
I hope that's a joke, man. That's not a funny joke at all, though. Ugh.
It's not funny, but like...
My stomach just... blip, blip, blip.
Do you want? I'll send it to you in case you want to, like... Isn't that crazy?
No, that's nuts.
Ugh.
So, wait, Heather... Somebody posted one in the chat here back a little bit ago. Wow, this live is destroying tonight. I'll tell you that.
It slaps, as my kids would say.
Half naked. Okay, this is the one that she was... This is the article
that
here.
You interrupted me, yeah. It's okay. I just thought it was weird that it was literally...
You interrupted
footage,
yourself.
But then they're saying...
You interrupted yourself, lady.
Be quiet. I'm sick. Be quiet. I'm sick.
No, you gonna read the rest? You want to read the rest?
No, I'm sick.
See, this is why we can't figure women out. I don't know.
Hold on, I'm muting you.
I bet it only hurts when she laughs, folks. All right. Somebody had something on in England, and that was what caught my eye. And it was Jenn. Okay, here it is. In Merry Old. Okay, that was that. Let's see here. Let's play another... While Jen's recuperating. Let's do another... one of these bad boys. I'm trying to get to True Killer's newer stuff because I was trying to explain that she was having trouble, like I did with the Kopaka Eye, in that when you upload something, YouTube automatically downgrades it and compresses it. So whatever you had that looked clear on your computer now looks like garbage. And so she, I sent her an article and I think it helped, and she cleaned it up. Let me see. Let me see what she's got here in video. I think it was in the video with the part. Yeah. I watched it the other day, and I was like, well, that's a little better. I mean, and we could play in the background while we talk and stuff. But I wanted to give her a little love there on that, because she does really hard work, and she isn't wasting her time. This is another dot in the DNA strand, right? And I know for a lot of people it's tough to sit through and the noise and everything, but she's coming, and her and Rollo. Let's see. Also, while I'm at it, I'll open a new window and see if Rollo had it. I looked earlier and it wasn't up, but he promised us a new banging video today. So let's see if he's got it or not. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you're new to the Purge, feel free to do all the things and subscribe up and join in the chat here. So the chat was moving for a minute there, wasn't it? It was cooking. We had a Andre. Now, I think a lot of people were so burned out watching the Andrea Burkhardt. You can only do so much true crime when it's real, right? You know what I mean? Like when they're describing bodies. And what I wanted to touch on, and I meant to yesterday, was what Heather was seeking in the case. And I have been following that case since it happened. I waited the 5 years, and then they had this guy and and then it just got weird. Let's see here. Bing bong bing. 3 days ago. Okay, he hasn't put that down yet. I've watched this thing in Delphi. Okay, so what was I saying?
I don't know. We're so ADD, the both of us. It's hilarious.
This is like it's like we're a pinball ADD. Next thing you know, I'm gonna bust out my bipolar on you. To the moon.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Do I look tough? I don't look. Nobody's afraid of me. You look weird. All right. Let's see what this one here. I'm making sure it's not a dick pic or something. Heather sent me here. Oh, look at this. Look at this interesting one. I can't see the chat. Okay. Authority will be questioned inside the 2-day rush to approve and oppose University of Idaho's Phoenix deal. Editors note the story is from Idaho Ed News and is the result of a review of extensive public records. Okay, this is the follow-up, Heather? Thank you. When the news broke and blah, 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 let's see if we can get caught up here at some point. Oh, look at there. There's your Board of Regents, Jen.
Yep.
That is what goes on, and they don't want for anything there, do they? They get to order in lunch. They get a laptop, probably, a nice chair. They're the only board members, and everything that's decided in there stays within there. Now, I can't say that it's like Jeff or somebody was saying, you can't have, you're not going to have, it was Cyré. He was saying you're not going to have an entire police department that's gone tricky or is covering it, unless you're like in a small town. But somehow that's going to get leaked out, right? With Cyré.
Maybe.
Do you remember hearing that? And I thought it was a pretty good point that he made. And in their rush to sign on ahead of May 19th deadline from Phoenix and its accrediting body, board members didn't even take public comment on arguably the biggest and most polarizing higher education transaction in Idaho's 133-year history. Staffers forwarded public emails to board members at about 8 a.m. on May 18th, 5 hours before their meeting. At the meeting, then, board members Kirk Liebeck acknowledged that the board had heard from opponents who criticized Phoenix's record and said faculty and the public had been cut out of the process. Like, that didn't make sense. 7 months later, those same criticisms linger.
It's like when they demolished the house, they started early. Like,
man, that's the darn video, Jen. It's your fault.
What's what did I do?
It's all your fault. I blame everything on you.
Allegedly.
I put a disclaimer. My mother had me tested twice. Who was it, Rochelle? I'm like, my mother had me tested. She's like, twice.
For what?
It's Bullhorn Betty. Are you familiar with Bullhorn Betty?
Yep.
Okay, check this out. This is something that I know we've done this case. You know what? We haven't done sideways, have we?
I don't know.
Sideways or diagonal, still yet to be seen. But we've done it forward and backward. We've done it upside down, in our underwear, in our pantyhose. I mean, we've taken this case and shaken out.
We did the hokey pokey.
The what?
The hokey pokey.
The hokey pokey and turn ourselves around. I mean, without a doubt, every single dedicated, awesome person in this chat right now has the bug. And even the people that are attacking each other, people are here. And they're doing it for whatever reason they're attacking people, I don't know. But all of us are just one big fat group of... Not that you're fat, guys, you know. But
P-H-A-T, not F-A-T.
P-H-A-T, fat. You ever see Any Given Sunday? Dun, 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 dun. I like football movies. I want to play you in a game of Madden, though. I'm dying. I wish there was a way to do it on the line.
Discord, probably.
What team are you going to pick? I'm going to pick the Bucks.
I don't know. I just like to press a lot of buttons, and it usually ends up good. I usually end up winning.
Yeah, you're like a foosball guy who just spins the knobs and scores goal after goal.
Foosballs for the devil.
My foosball sticks are on fire with Angel Harsh. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Anyway, Doc Thrifty will be in later. Let's see. We have Bullhorn Betty, and this. So what I was saying is, we've looked at upside down and backward and forward, but some of the stuff, and everybody replays stuff and replays this and replays that. She was at the scene, and I like it because What was the one we were just watching where Chief Fry gets in the U-Haul van? Were we just watching that video, or was that me? Was that was T.O.E.S, right? Wasn't that the T.O.E.S thing, or was it? Oh, it was Casper West.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of this video. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's Tennessee. Darn it, Bullhorn Betty. I had the video pulled up and Jenn deleted it. Where in the world? It's when the cleanup crew. Does anybody remember that video? And I put part of her video in my Backrooms video. Oh, she has a Fight Club thing here. I'm going to open that in another window. And we'll look at that maybe later here. Hold on, let me pause it. But do you remember the cleaning crew coming and they pitched their tents?
Yeah.
And they were there and they were ready to go, and then all of a sudden they packed everything up and they left because there was a court order. And it's so interesting to watch. And she has a great narrative with it too. I like Bullhorn Betty. Is that her right there? Oh man. Okay, Bullhorn Betty.
Let me help you out here. Hold on.
Idaho cleanup. Crew, there it is.
You got it.
Crew. Words. Here it is. Okay, I found it.
From out front of 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho. And this was when the cleaning crew showed up. Take a look at this video. When we got there, they were pulling up in force. We were moving cameras around, making sure that they could get into the property. We watched the back of the truck open. We watched a tent pop up. And then everything started coming down, getting packed up. And we started seeing the cleaning crew actually leave the property. Everybody's wondering, why did they leave the property? We learned from an interview with Linda Liu and Chief Fry that they received a court order to stop, stop the cleaning services. Bear with me. All right, guys. Sorry, guys.
So by the time that she had turned the camera around, the truck's already pulling out.
So right now we have the cleaning crew showing up at 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho. We heard from Chief Fry that they were going to be bringing in a professional cleaning crew to clean up the biohazards and the chemicals inside that they use for processing. This case is just now beginning and heating up as they have made an arrest in Pennsylvania. Is now arrested for this crime. Will other people be arrested? We are going to find out. Sorry, guys. All right, we're gonna go back and set up before everybody takes my spots. Oh.
I like her. That's a good shot of that brick wall, too. Heather says Hippopotamus built that wall. It's true. And we're out of here. Like, what? So look at this. She's like, oh, they must have dropped off what they needed to drop off.
They dropped off the stuff that they needed to drop off, guys. I'm gonna get back across the...
Nope, they left. Hi, Tawana.
That's Captain Lanier right there. I can tell by his voice when he
Nice
talks.
to see you.
Very nice guy, he seems.
Like it never happened.
We're all sitting here scratching our head. Why did they stop cleaning? And we're wondering, it's either 1 for the grand jury or 2 for the defense. And I'm not sure which, but with 4 first-degree murder charges, has the grand jury already been convened? Could they have those first-degree murder charges without a grand jury in Idaho? I'm unsure. I've got to look at the law, but we do have a lot of questions about the cleaning crew, why they left, and what court order stopped them from cleaning that unit. Let me know your thoughts and your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And Chronicles of Olivia is also here with me, working very hard. So if you have not seen her work, have not went over there and subbed up to her channel, be sure to do that. She's on YouTube as well as TikTok. God bless.
So the court order came in, and I wanted to show this in her comments. And boy, is it tiny. Hold on. That's what she said, Kane. Why would they clean it up before trial? Was the first comment 1 year ago. I agree with preserving the crime scene for court and the jury. Absolutely ridiculous to destroy anything beforehand. And she had said they were here to remove the biohazard stuff that they used to investigate the crime scene.
Allegedly.
That's a big stretch of alleged. It's like, now the question here is what side of the case requested that they stop it, because in the end neither of them cared if the house got torn down. So why was there a court order to stop the cleaning? Who was it that enacted that, Heather? Do you know, Heather? And so that is a good question. Okay, so we'll see if Heather has something on that, and then we'll look at what she put up here. And I want to play more T.O.E.S, and I want to play more killer true crime killer. Why isn't this working? Heather, it's a broken link. What it's going to be titties, isn't it? Oh, wait, maybe it's because I'm over here. There it is. Okay, I fixed it. I did it. Let's make it bigger. And there's the phone number.
I expected to see like more like some kind of staining or something when they did the demolition. I mean, I know they cleaned it up allegedly, but like they cleaned it that good. There's not like one blood stained.
It's sort of these guys they know what they're doing with the bulldozers and the whatever, and the cranes, and they
definitely did it. They did it strategically for sure.
They definitely imploded it. Remember, it was like the Titanic. It went in upon itself.
Yeah.
So there was no.
3 little kids.
And there's a chance that if there was anything, most of the leftover blood and stuff was going to be in mattresses and on carpets, or I guess it was a wooden floor there. You would imagine that, I don't know, you would imagine, there was quite a bit of spatter on the walls.
Yeah, I mean, Mabbott said there was blood on the walls, so.
And so it's a calculated move to have it come down on itself. So instead of, look everybody, this is what we've been seeing this whole time, and it says pigs, die pigs or something, that and the fact that they protected the thank you, Heather. This is the disaster response team, guys, and that's who was there. I doubt they make a comment on why they left. It's proven leader in property emergencies. So there was a movie. Did you see that movie? It was this. I almost said Samuel Jackson, but there's one with Samuel L. Jackson where he's a crime cleaner. But there's another one that's like an independent movie, and I think it's on YouTube's. I can't remember the name, and I apologize. But it's a girl who is a house cleaner. Her business is going slow, and she decides to do homicide cleanup.
Wait, it was a TV show, right? Yeah, I remember. I know what you're talking about.
And that was really interesting of a show.
That was good.
And so I don't know that I could necessarily do that. The disaster response team, where you're because if you've ever been into a work situation where you come to work every day and it's smell, just the smell alone, it's going to get in you, get on you, and you breathe it in and you become it. No, I have not, Heather. But I know from I talked about I was offered a job at the cryogenic place where they, and something a lot of people don't know, and I don't mean to sick anybody out, but the cryogenic thing is a very expensive thing because you have to pay for a facility to have a below freezing temperature for your body to be stored over hundreds and hundreds of years. Do you know the first thing that they do with your body when they get it?
What do they do?
They cut your head off.
Why?
I guess they figure that if they're going to be able to bring you back from the dead, that they'll be able to reattach your head and make that work too, I guess.
That's kind of a gamble, don't you think?
And they're paying honestly, $10,000 a day. These facilities are unbelievable. The venting system and the air conditioning system and the whole thing is unbelievable. But yeah, I couldn't go there because of when you walk in, there's nothing you can do about it. It smells like a morgue. And it just isn't, that day I think I burned the clothes I wore. It was like a visit from one of my classes that we did for surgical technician. And so I much prefer cleaning the surgical instruments and washing them than I do to doing that, even though it paid, and that was back 10, 15 years ago, and it paid, that job they offered you paid $50 an hour starting, which was pretty decent money for a starting job, but I can imagine what your duties were. Oh, man. No fun. And they had a dead body for the class to see.
I can't really smell anything, so that I could do that job.
You might be able to. My mom has the same thing. But the funny thing is, though, when I was a kid, she always, I don't have a sense of smell. you'd walk in, and she'd, what is that, weed? It's like, oh, he's pretty.
I think I don't know for a fact that I had COVID, but I think I maybe got like a mild case, and I can't smell anything ever since then.
Oh, since then? Yeah, that's a side effect of it.
I'm just assuming that I got it because, like, literally, like, everyone around me at the time that I lived with had it, so.
Well, we're not about conspiracy theories or anything
here. Sick, but ever since then I can't smell.
Well, I hope you get it back. Try, there's a vitamin, a supplement thing, and it's like $45. You can get it in, what's the name of the magazine? I forgot the name of it, but it basically, oh, you didn't get the shot though, did you?
Nope.
Because the shot apparently leaves this white, sticky film in your veins that has given a record. We had in 2022 to 2024, according to the morticians' statistics and the insurance company's statistics, a record number of deaths that were heart attacks, strokes, and when they showed the bodies dissected, they had this white film from, basically your respiratory system. Yeah, and it's like a spider web. And I had, and I don't mean to get, not that you guys don't think I'm disgusting enough already, but I had for until 6 months ago, white sticky boogers. And I never had anything like that. It was weird. I'm like, am I getting old? And I'm like, I looked at it, I was looking at it, I was like, should I eat it? No. I saw the picture on the news report of what the shots did to you. And I'm like, man, I'm probably lucky I didn't have a stroke if I did. Maybe I did. Yeah. It's possible. A lot of people on here think I did. All right. Let's see what else Heather put up there. She's dropping links. Heather, one of these days I'm going to play your videos.
Wait, hold it. I agree with Viviana. This is marked
down
my gosh.
In history. Hold the phone.
This needs to be marked down in history. She said that shot was rushed through way too fast for any proper studies. No way I was getting it. I actually agree with her.
I agree with you too, and
this
I did get it
in history.
But I double dipped on it because I was working at Amazon, and they gave me $350, and then I got $300 from Wawa because I just had the shot, and I could show them that it was recent. So after I left Amazon, I went to go work at the Wawa making drinks, and they gave me that. I got a nice $400 paycheck, so at least I got paid for it to die early.
You're gonna probably turn into like a zombie in a couple years.
Well, there's a supplement that you can get that supposedly gets rid of all that. I think I finally
allegedly
ejaculated all of it, so I don't know. All right, let's see where we are. Okay, so let's get more me. No, it's more about you guys tonight. Everybody, okay, the vaccine became a hot topic. I love it. Viviana was right, everybody. Yay, let's put some. I gotta give her a gold medal. She sticks it out in the on the opposing team's bench, and there she is. There you go. Your queen.
I think I remember someone saying that they became like magnetic or something from the jab.
Really? Well, here's the thing about it is, with that pandemic, regardless of that is Bullhorn Betty's page, yeah, right here. Do you speak English, Robert? I'm just fucking with you, bro. The thing that COVID did was, remember how you weren't able to see your loved ones when they passed away from that, and it seems to be undisclosed that this was, because if somebody has a heart attack, you don't necessarily do an autopsy on them.
Right.
So, because it's expensive. People already have the funeral expenses and this and that. Hey, Mark and Betty, how are you? Leslie and Billy and Mark and Betty. Say that 10 times. That's a good song. Leslie and Billy and Mark and Betty. Yvonne's here with Joaquin Yatonka Trucks. And that's all I got. All right, so I'm trying to keep this at around 3 hours, you guys, because I scare a lot of people away with even my friends with my 8 and 9 hour lives because of T.O.E.S. I never would have done it without that. He set a bad precedent. He's my role model. So, what's up, brother? I hope you're doing good.
Hey, Robert, True Crime Podcast.
Robert with True Crime Podcast is in the house, folks. A regular rock star.
With the True Crime Podcast.
But you have to give credit. Viviana sticks it out on the opposing team's bench and gets a like from Jenn, the star of the show. So here you go.
I will give, props when props is due. No, listen,
that was a smart. Everybody. I don't think anybody in New York.
She's dedicated. I got to give you that, Viviana. You're dedicated.
For sure. And she's in it to win it. You know what I mean? Even though I wonder where some of her thoughts come from sometimes. But, she has her thoughts. And she, no matter, you know what? You need that friend in your life. Because then you never really know anything until the person always, you could count on like chocolate. They're going to put up an opposing view of something that you think is so perfectly clear. And then you try to explain it to them, and they're like, I don't get it.
Wait, what? You can count on it like chocolate? What?
I make it up as I go along, Jenn. The elephant in the room. Oh, my gosh. So, all right. I'm going to give Jenn a break and shut this down. I had more.
Blame it on me.
I will play more T.O.E.S. I will play more True Killer, and also I want to look more at Casper West. He's dope. Both those guys. And we got Rolo coming up with a video. So in the next couple of days, my goal in life is to have a nice, happy family Saturday night show again, where we lay it down. And chocolate is a constant in my life. I love it. I like chips. I like chips.
We got 68 likes, 99 watching. Come on.
99 watching right now? Well, I'm not here to try to drag this out for anyone. That's normal.
Listen,
everybody kind of tuning in.
Numbers bug me out. I got to have it even. It's got to even out.
One more. Just one more. If one more person with truth is in the rabbit holes in here. Hip hip. Okay, now I got to stay. All right, I was going to shut it down on you guys, but truth in the rabbit holes here, and I'm staying. You can't get me off the air. Oh, I'm going to white knuckle it. Okay.
You're not the boss of me.
Did I just yell in your ear? I'm sorry, Jenn.
No, because I have you on speaker. So
are your ears like... No, you're like 50 miles away, Kane. Rolo's the coolest man in the universe, bro. I'll tell you. All right, so now we got Dr. Toes, Dr. Smooth, and we got Rolo Mauda.
Kane has 478 subscribers, Tonka. So when Kane gets to 500, then I'll do a live with him on camera.
Naked?
This is my voice. It's Jenn's voice. This is my voice.
Oh, Kane, you lost her. You pushed it. You had to say it. But that's what I've been waiting to tell you guys. Jenn spilled the beans. She's going to camera up, and she's going to do the whole show by herself.
Just once, never again.
Just once. Well, I'll take once.
I can't pick my nose while I'm on
I can't complain with once. What do you want from once? Okay. So
Heather's a hoe for show.
Boy, it sure be nice to have something interesting to play for you guys, and I do. I'm glad I found the Bullhorn Betty thing because that was awesome. But I have another, of course, window full of stuff for y'all because I love you. Let's see here. Let's see if we can troll anybody. Jenn, you like doing that?
Okay.
I'll give it. What time are we at right now? Let me see. 3:19:45. So let's give it. I'm going to give it a full to 3:30:35. Somewhere around there. And you know I'm never on time. All right. Let's see if we can troll. We got AR Hayes last time. We got Swamp Road. Let's get off topic, and let's do we know it's a criming shame? Are we familiar with this one?
Yeah, that's what the grub truck video chat. She's got the chat part, but only when the girls are there. The chat's weird. The chat that goes along with the grub truck footage is weird.
Yeah, I want to see more of that. And I would like to also, just to put this out in the universe, I would like to have True Killer Crime on the show and ask her just kind of like all the questions that people may have about her videos, and have her talk, and because I've heard her talk in her videos now, so she may be more comfortable with something like that, and then we can really talk about what
we're live.
Why she's pursuing what she's doing. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to see it now. Like I said, she HD'd it. So, all right, this is we're going to join in here, and
No, fine. We'll send it back to the studio.
I don't know if I have to subscribe. I'm already subscribed.
Think
okay.
so, and we've already heard.
Can you guys see?
There's been some evidence that was presented to the jury
Heather
so
said
far
that it was
that would include
11:33 when I agreed with Viviana.
Mark down the date and time. It was 11:35 when I gave her the Queen's crown. We got Meanie Weenie in the house tonight. Let's see here. I gave you a wrench.
Meanie, I'll post a link to the.
No, I meant you.
It's a crime shame to the grub truck chat.
Let's see who's in the chat first of all.
4-hour chat, because I guarantee there's some good shit in there. Good stuff. I mean.
She does good stuff, huh?
Oh, I don't know. I just came across her channel recently, but I'm saying there's probably good stuff in the Twitch chat that goes along with that 4-hour grub truck video.
Some video.
But I can't find the whole chat. Only the part where the girls are there.
Let me make sure you guys can hear. Okay. Yeah, we got audio. That's
She's
nice.
been chair sitting.
Okay, is that her there in the corner?
Melissa, about
I'm covering
her.
her.
So let's start with
stepped out for 1 second.
spilling the tea.
Right.
I want to hear the
let's see here.
tea.
Let's say hi.
So,
I've gotten about 3 hours sleep in the last 24. I showed up at the courthouse at 6 o'clock last night. And all was well.
Well, they must be talking about
till about 11.
Oh, Delphi. Okay.
At 11 o'clock, this really cute cop. I won't say his name.
Really
he
cute
decided
cop,
he was
did
gonna
she
make
say?
his rounds.
Oh, I got a
he
banner.
decided
Look
to
at that
stop
already.
And talk to a couple of people. And I was sitting there.
Ben says
I got
hi.
to overhear it, and
You
I
got a
got
wrench,
to laugh,
Shane,
and let's just get into it. So,
And, Sharon Parker's in there.
Somebody was sitting outside. I won't say who, but they were sitting for a podcast.
I want a parrot.
And they told
You like
the
a cockatoo,
security guy
I bet
to come
you.
by, who is from another
Tinsel,
county
yeah, spring forward, fall back.
that has a lot of inside
Yeah,
information, and just
Willie was
decided to
bitching about it,
leave
and I'm
last
like,
night. So of
who's
course I
gonna
had to
bitch
stay up
about
to hear
it? What they need to do though is cut it in half,
so
add the extra half hour, and be
couple
done with
of
it once
days
and for all. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody snuck a
Kane
smartwatch,
be for president.
which we're not allowed to have. Can't even have a
I-
Fitbit. Can't have.
I'll go for
vape,
I'll go
can't
for
have anything
Speaker of the
electronic.
House.
I
Get
can't even have
Pelosi
the,
out of there.
I can't even have the remote that runs the machine in my back, so my legs work.
These ladies look
Because it's
nice.
an electronic. So
They
no
look fun.
electronics, no
Well, we got
medical
a little-
devices, no.
I just wanted a little tension,
And
Jen.
somebody
You know me.
snuck a smartwatch into the courtroom. which is
I really am.
definitely,
It's
not good.
the hidden
And she
side
said
of
who
me.
it was.
Really.
And then she said
I'm trying
she
to
was
buy an extra
surprised
6
that it-
minutes. Is what I'm trying to do.
Uh-huh.
Oh, everybody says Kane
yeah, the
voted
girl said who it was.
for president in their chat.
For a podcast,
Can you guys see that?
said who it was. Is that
No,
correct?
you can't because I changed it and it's
Okay.
there though. I promise you.
And
Darn it! Only my chat wants me for president. Hi, Robert.
I
How
want
are
Ann
you?
Taylor for president.
Robert, I've already picked on you for 5 minutes. Come on. You're a glutton for punishment today? Oh, Robert. Let's play a Robert video. Let's play it.
What happened to Get a Clue?
Oh, let's play down the truth is in the rabbit holes here. Hold on. Wait, that made my day. Not that I don't love you guys the most, but that's such, it's like a, what do they call the unicorn thing? What do they call that? Jen?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, Blue.
Wait, Viviana, you have a parrot? I want a parrot.
You just said you wanted a parrot. You
I
don't want
a parrot and a baby hedgehog.
You don't want... Dude, I'll take a freaking... I'll take a flying squirrel.
Cat, and I'll be happy. I could die happy.
No, you won't be happy with a parrot. You want a hedgehog.
I want a baby African pygmy hedgehog, like a little mini hedgehog.
That's so
and
racist.
I want a Argentine dogo, a Scottish fold,
an Argentine
Scottish
what?
Cat,
I heard Argentine dildo.
And I want a parrot, and I could die happy.
Where did somebody kick Truth is in the Rabbit Hole out? Where is she?
No, I don't know. Is Truth in the Rabbit Hole he or she?
It does. There it is. I see it.
Okay, Truth.
I'm here, Kane. I'm here.
He or he is still here.
Okay, so we're gonna go. Truth is. I haven't watched anything from that channel. I always thought it was a girl, but is in a long time, and it's only because it stopped popping up in my feed, I guess. But man, is there good stuff on this channel? I'll tell you that right now. I could spend all day over here. What do we got here? Linda Lane footage. Tree, let's watch. Oh, I see. Look at this. Look at this business, huh? Is that her stuff?
I don't know. I'm looking at hedgehogs.
You know, if you get a Vietnamese pig,
and I want
you can mate them in your apartment, and they're like $3,000 a pop. And what do you get in a litter of pigs? 20 pigs?
Look,
yeah, the parrot.
Look at this hedgehog. I put it in chat. Look how cute it is.
No.
I think.
No. Somebody dropped the wrench on Jen.
So cute.
I was trying to play Rabbit Hole and I got distracted. Okay, that I agree.
Oh, my foot fell asleep.
Is it a Sonic?
No, that's like. I mean, come on, everyone. That's too like obvious.
But it doesn't do anything. At least if you get a flying squirrel, what do they call those things?
Flying squirrels.
And
they're sugar glider.
Sugar gliders. Then they can fly. At least you have that entertainment. But I mean, what is a squirrel? A squirrel is a rat with a cuter tail, right? I mean, let's face it.
Oh, look, Truth is in the Rabbit Hole said that they had a baby hedgehog. I'm so jealous.
I wonder how long that they live. Pete Fox wants a baby fluffy cow.
I want a rabbit too. I would have a little.
I had a rabbit when I was a kid, and we fed it carrots, and then it escaped. We had a big garden behind us, the neighbor's house. Is this effective? Does it make me cool? Nothing's gonna make me cool except for this lightsaber. Alright, this is not what we do here at the Purge normally. This is a very buttoned up operation, let me tell you.
Look how cute he is, though. Can you put that as my picture? No offense to Too Fast.
Too fast for please. Jen, maybe on the next show. Maybe I
love ugly dogs and ugly cats. Ugly cats especially.
I'm a fan of ugly dogs. A good-looking dog is a good-looking dog, but a good, big, ugly dog can be a lot of fun, too.
I love a good ugly cat. Those are my favorite cats, the ugly cat.
You remember that cartoon we were talking about the other day, Doomsbury? It used to be in the papers. If you take the papers, take the papers.
Oh, yeah, with the dog.
But it had the cat, Bill the cat. And it had like one eye, and the other eye was like this. And he was always like,
wait, how's he like again? One more time?
Yeah. All right. Keep your snake in your pants, Robert. All right, here we go. What do we got? Go back button. No, that's an earned award, is having a hedgehog.
They're only like $100 or something.
$100? That's a good deal.
Maybe like 2 or 3, but they're not expensive.
Funny. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh, she got some reflection stuff. True Killer kill me if I play reflection stuff and it's not hers though. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Here we go, folks. The long-awaited return. Ah! Oh no! Just those 3 notes just killed the chat replay. No, I can probably remove it, so it'll be fine. I've been so good at the copyright today, haven't I?
Good job.
Doink, doink, doink. Me so smart, too. All right. Yeah, it's a pain, and then you guys know. Okay, so all right, I'll play it though without the music if you don't mind. There we go. So, what do we got here? It says Cook Islands, Moscow, Idaho. Oh. Okay. Neat stuff on Cook Island. It says Truth or Transparency also on there. Oh, snap. Haha. What? What up, Jeff H? What are we? Okay, so this has to be a reflection thing, wouldn't you think, John? I'll go back here. Place one.
Yeah, I suppose. I wasn't looking, to be honest. I'm sorry. I can't lie.
She's like, I'm a bit confused.
I was looking at something else.
Because look at that. At first, I didn't see.
Oh yeah.
You saw it? Yeah, that's a good one. Let's look at that.
Yeah, good one.
I've honestly binged the frick out of Truthers in the Rabbit Hole. I haven't in so long. Let me make this bigger for you. Who doesn't like bigger? All right, let's see if I can.
Bigger the better.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so Indian Hills, Moscow. Oh, well, it's a tough one to read. I don't know. I'm sure it's good though. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Sandra Sue Garcia. Oh, these are the people possibly associated with this number. Interesting. Garcia. Rory's family? Who's Rory?
I don't
know. There's an ad.
I say out of all this YouTube.
Let me go back to normal size on this one. Sorry we had to skip over that one, Truth. She got a question for us here in the chat in a second. Does this... Oh, this is Jen stuff, Jen. You're going to love it.
Wait, what?
I freaking love Truth is in the Rabbit Hole. She's my favorite creator of all time. And I'm not even liking her videos. Oh, it's Van Halen Private Islands. Oh, look at that. Okay, it's going so fast. This is the dirt the FBI agent from American Nightmare, Netflix. So what if I told you that I will be proving he is connected to Idaho 4? This is the dirt FBI agent from the American Nightmare Netflix series, I assume. So what if I told you that I will be proving he is connected? Now, who is this guy? I will be doing a live tomorrow night. And when was this posted? Did we miss the live? I hope not. With another creator, we will post the time tomorrow. It is time for good people to discuss bad and uncomfortable things. Kick ass.
Oh, Jeff asked if you disabled the ability to go back in your live stream. Yeah,
I don't know, Jeff. Is that a setting? I thought it maybe was because I'm not monetized or whatever that I don't have. Hi, WS Mom Kim. WSU Mom Kim, very nice to see you. I was wondering about you, if you were okay. I am bored with the show staying within safe boundaries. Yes. Ditto. Welcome to the Purge. To not dare lose subs. The loop tails off the DCA doc drops. The sheath, blah, 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 blah. All opinions and ideas should be valued. The only ask is kindness to one another. You learned all that in kindergarten, didn't you? To the bad guys, I see you too. Mess with me. All right. See, I told you she's a straight up badass, bro. Let me tell you guys, this is not a little organization. Oh, look at J.P. Morgan Chase. Can you get any bigger than that? Look how many
DuPont,
followers.
I mean, remember the DuPont thing?
Exactly. Yes, ma'am. You guys can see this, right? Okay. So it
For
says...
anyone who doesn't know, DuPont's, like the DuPont's, like Teflon, you know, owned 1122 at one point. Some DuPonts.
Yes. And, well, that whole thing, I think that Telltale is doing some great work. And, you know, even though, like, Jules of All Trade, or Jules of True Crime Reactions, you know, did say that she hasn't seen any receipts. But even Swamp Rose is interested in this. And I just found the timing so ironic. And so I guess what it turned out was that some Schoalter rented the house that the Kohlbergers lived in 7 years later. I guess that was the connection that anybody can vet so far. Is that correct? Have you followed that?
I don't know. I'm so behind on everything because I was on
and so I just thought that the arrest, which is why I really wanted to go live tonight, of Schoalter was such coinkle-dinkle timing, and it was dinky-donkey that it happened right when she was revealing her findings. And P. Fox was making jokes, you know, and kids go to bed. All right, so Leslie and Billy says they heard that too. Let me see if I can read. This is great. So let me see if they say anything about when this was. It's hard to tell on shorts, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see, and I'm afraid to play the volume that maybe. I think you can get away with using copyrighted stuff in shorts, but not in like a live and a video and stuff, right? Because you see all these creators and they have these shorts and they're using like AC/DC and stuff, and it's like, you know you can't play that. And then movie clips, stuff like that they don't own, for some reason with the short goes right over the ping bong, right over the 5 head. Oh, look at what she said in the chat, Jen.
What?
It is, she works for, hold on, it's blocking it right now. For
Do you
Dow
have anything, like, showing, like, I'm not saying I don't believe you, I just like to, you know,
what?
Look into stuff.
You getting sassy? Are you getting sassy with your, it's getting
No,
late, we're going to have to shut it down. I went 8 minutes over. We're going to shut it down after a
I
couple.
believe half of what I see and none of what I hear.
Trust no one, Jen. Trust no one.
This case makes me, like, paranoid AF.
I got Truth and Rabbit Hole. I got W. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, come back for our next live. It was so awesome to have you. Jen will be rested and antibiotic free. She'll be a free range chicken.
Wait,
at that
I'll be
point.
arrested or rested?
I would never say that. I would never wish that on my worst enemy, Jen.
Thug life.
But yeah, I bless your heart for being on tonight and everything you do, and thank everybody for being here.
Wait, Robert tagged me in something? I missed it, Robert. I'm not really paying attention unless I see the orange tag.
Robert
from True Crime Podcast.
Oh, him? Oh, that guy?
Woke up, said, I probably didn't see it. He was bailed out. I'm trying to scroll up. I hate scrolling. I'm lazy.
his at
Wait,
button.
You said you're going to show, you said something about my something. What were you talking about? No, Robert, I'm not ignoring you. Now I'm
Thank
saying
you, Cole. I
you guys
appreciate
tagged
that.
me. I don't pay attention unless I'm tagged.
She does. She is going to do one live on-camera show at 500. So go out there and bang on doors, kick in sliding glass doors to get me to 500 subs. So we get Jen up here with the camera, and who knows? Maybe she'll bring Heather with her. Heather does everything that Jen does. So, Adelina.
But better. She does it better.
She does good, but she has a lot of memories. See, she knows. I've forgotten more than she knows, and I'm talking about my whole.
Heather has it. If Heather don't have it, I have it.
That's the beauty. But Heather will never give it to me. It's like tugging it away from your little sister when she grabs the big wheel. It's mine. It's mine. Mine. It never gets anywhere. Is what I'm saying. Anyway, that's the end. Thank you all, and welcome to the Purge. If you're new, we'll be here definitely by Saturday night. I want to give Jen a little bit of breaks. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks.
So peace out, everybody, and take care of yourselves, okay?
Peace out.
All right. Take care, everybody. And sorry, I'm sad leaving, right?
Love you, mean it.
Meanie Weenie, Truth and Rebel, Joaquinian, Jeff, Heather. Mwah. Well, not to Jeff. Can I take that back? What did I just do? Guitar Hero to you, Jeff. Yeah, bro. I wrote a song. Wait, that sounded like True Love.
Hey Jeff, I'm gonna comment a timestamp on the grub truck video. Maybe if you get bored and you wanna.
Yeah, that's a great time. Awesome. That grub truck video idea is excellent. He's the Macintosh.
Should we do a deep dive? I love grub truck.
Well, I owe Rochelle and a couple other people a Titanic show, and I've been looking because it's more or less a fact now that it was an insurance scam, and they switched the Olympic with the Titanic because the Olympic had hit an iceberg months or years before. It was months, I believe, and so they just switched it out, sent out the Titanic with people on it, and it was already on fire. And then said, oh, we hit another iceberg. You know, what a coincidence. So, that is coming. I promise you guys. And I'm doing Backrooms Part 2. That is coming too. We're going to hold off on the backward masking for a little while. Let everybody kind of recuperate from that. And, all right, that's it.